Howdy, folks. Welcome to Adventures in Alberon, Mosaic Team 5. I am Joe Truff, your DM this evening and most, and joining me are my friends Matt, Dan, Kara, Olive, and Ari. We're going to play Starfinder tonight, but before we do, a couple of quick announcements. First, just one second here. Oh, man, it was a scramble. You moved all my starships, Kara, for the thing that you ran for us this weekend.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
They were in the way.
I just didn't realize it right away, so I just got to come up. But we do have a couple quick announcements. First of all, there is going to be... We have a YouTube at Alberon RPG, where all the original episodes that we have played are stored, just from Starfinder, but also from our D&D campaign, also from the something like, I think it's, we're above like 30 one-shots now. There are a bunch of different multi-part adventures. Kara's run a number of different things for us, including Iron and Thorn, which is an amazing cipher system game that you can check out on YouTube. We also have an Instagram, which is at Alberon RPG, where you can see close-ups of the different things that we have on our table.
And
you can
us.
see, and us. You can see right now there is some space that is relevant to what we'll be doing in just a moment. But there will be there's dice too. You can see whatever shows up on the table, typically at Alberon RPG on Instagram the following week. On Thanksgiving, Kara's game Feast of the Noble Vale, the second, will be playing. That is going to be, I think, at 7 p.m. I have to double check. But that is in place of our, it'll be in place of this. It's 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Easy. We will not be playing our regular game. We won't be here live, but we'll be on YouTube at Alberon RPG for Feast of the Noble Vale. I am there. Kara's running the game. Ari is there. Matt's there. Dan plays a phenomenal character that he just learned about literally minutes before stepping into their shoes. Yeah,
Well
so
done.
good. And so you can see that Feast of the Noble Vale on Thanksgiving. We have Axe, Wolf, and Woe, which is going to be in December. That is going to be following up our first D&D campaign and the story of Brenna. And we'll be discovering a little bit more about what happens with Brenna in the wake of Campaign 1. There is a tremendous amount that is coming for the new year. And so that will be announced probably sometime in December, but there are one-shots, there are multi-part adventures. Tina's going to be running an 8-part game for us that is tied into the different pagan holidays. There's all kinds of cool stuff. So that is going to be announced in the near future. And that is all the announcements that I have. And so it's time for this week's session of Mosaic Team 5. Mosaic Team 5. Whew, just had to run upstairs and back down.
It was fantastic.
You made it.
I know.
It was good
Last
timing.
we played, it really wasn't. Oh man, mid-30s are tough. You began at one side of a long column of churning drift cloud known as the Devil's Freeway. Android mechanic Shade was familiar with the incredibly tricky terrain and knew that aside from asteroids, comets, and other bits of space debris jettisoning across, there was a more complicated feature that was really the wake of these incredibly large objects moving at terrific speeds. Team 1 disengaged their shields and moved straight down and across the chasm, using a psychic current paired with some sort of spell to deftly control their movement without relying on thrusters, avoiding all obstacles with ease. You followed, through a place where the drift separates into thousands of separate channels. Charged ion clouds off-gassed from the swirling chasm you emerge from, making your sensors incredibly hard to rely on, but with the help of Android Operative Echo's scanner prowess, you managed to lock onto Mosaic Team 1 and follow them to the correct location. As you made the rest of your journey, Gibbs and Bubbles constructed an obstacle course, while Echo prepared the shuttle for boarding and Shade piloted the craft. And on the final day, as you prepared to arrive in the Vescarium for the first time, Gibbs and human soldier Bubbles had a conversation about their training, or after their training. Bubbles, you revealed that you had never felt as if you were one of the group of children that formed the Special Research Group. You said that you felt like Miles was a superior version of you, but Gibbs countered that she didn't believe that, because Bubbles, you were the one that was here trying to help. You emerged from the drift into the Vescarium, where huge swaths of distant stellar bodies shed harsh, direct light across the space. It would be hard to hide in such close proximity to so many clusters of stars providing light. Gibbs Moon Mosaic Team 1. Bubbles searched for Captain Vloraz on the Infosphere's bounty hunting forums and found out that they were a drow pirate captain who, at one point, had trained a human racer known as Shade, and who had flown to arm the Skittermander Rebellion around the planet Vesk 3. Gibbs sent a coded message to Rose. Rose sent one back, albeit with a little bit less encryption, a much louder message in the military-controlled space.
God damn it, Rose!
And almost on cue, a Vesk destroyer emerged on the edges of your scanners and began to steam towards you. Unable to wait, the Solar Wind Song, you and Mosaic Team 1 all began to burn thrusters to engage the Vesk Starscream bombers that now begin to target you. And as you cross the space between there and here, that is where we begin this evening. Give me just one moment.
My pen died.
That's sad.
I got it. Just needed.
So you just need a little shake.
I got a bunch.
So, the dancing.
Yes.
The
No, I
dancing.
know.
It's gonna be dancing.
For all of you across the space here, in your various spaces throughout the Directive Zero, you can see that there is the beginnings of blips as you are targeted by multiple different targeting computers. The director says across the kind of intercoms to everywhere on the ship, we are being targeted. For each of you now, you have a moment to get to your stations before this combat starts. Where are you all going?
Well, I was already in the cockpit,
Yeah.
so I'm all set.
Okay.
The gunnery seat.
Still in the gunnery seat?
Engineering
Fantastic.
chief meet.
Engineering, you go down to the cockpit area, or the cargo area.
Captain's chair.
Captain's chair, so swiveling into the cockpit.
I'm also in the cockpit, but in the fold down seat with my greasy keyboard.
Okay, so it's it's Shade, and then Spice, and then Gibbs, and then Squeak in
Yeah.
the cockpit. No problem. Give me one second.
Lift to ship combo.
Does Gibbs have the cat hammock that you just suction cup to the window?
Yes. Now that
And
you
also,
said
Talon,
it,
if you
yes.
could let me know if the music is too loud. I'm trying to mess around with the music volumes here. It's very quiet for me.
Also, don't forget we're level 12 now. So you
Yes.
use 12 resolve point thingies.
So, you all move to your battle stations, and at this point, we're going to go into starship combat. So this is not just you fighting on your own against these 5 ships. You have an ally in Mosaic Team 1. They have a ship that is called the Starwalker, and you also have Rose Lashwind's ship, which is called the Solar Wind Song.
And that's us down there.
So, where is the ship miniature that you all have?
I don't know.
We lose it every week.
I looked up there, Joe. I couldn't find it.
Very
That,
disappointing.
its stand is right there.
Wait,
So
do
I
have a
assume it,
stand?
Well, it did because it broke.
so I assume that it is lost in the
The
array
mad
of
void.
things
Fair
that.
enough. No worries, no worries. So between those two things, the dumb frog here. Let me pull up. Last.
Dumb Frog is Rose.
Dumfrog is Rose, that's us.
Okay,
So we're
you are
Devil
red.
Pig?
The
Yeah.
one that is an actual ship, that is the Starwalker, that is Mosaic Team 1 ship. And then the frog that is all the way on the back, that is Rose Lashwind's
'Cause
ship.
it's
It is a
green.
biological ship that is green in nature, and it is called the Solar Wind Song. So, give me 1 second. Let me go ahead. And
It fits.
Thank you.
How about it?
This one?
No. Team 1. They're the actual ship, and we're just the dumbasses behind them.
We are the Akabeko Tengu.
all my stuff is up here. Is there a pen or a pencil?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm so
Either, whichever you want.
I could have at some point come down here and potentially like change things, but
When I move into a space, I really like to
That's
make it
okay.
my own and just get everyone else's shit out of
it
there.
was just a very busy week. Okay, so
Alright, we're here impatient.
the way that we will start this out. Give me 1 second here.
I love that you just crossed out things. Like, I'm never gonna do that.
Don't look here. Don't
Me,
look here.
there's no reason for me to ever make a piloting check, so that just X that out.
And yet,
And yet.
So we're gonna start off right at the top of the round. What are your roles going to be?
Magic officer.
Magic officer,
Pilot.
pilot,
Computer.
gunnery,
Captain?
captain,
Chief Meat.
chief mate. Fantastic. Okay, so for the engineering phase, is there anything that you all want to do?
I do.
Okay.
Same.
I do. Yes.
Engineering phase. Alright. Level 12. I'm going to make a moving speech. Did you guys do that last time?
No, because no one's got 12 rank points in
Yeah.
fucking charisma.
We got
Oh.
stuff
dear.
now because we
Oh,
leveled up.
awesome! Alright, here you go. So it's DC 20 plus 1.5 starship tier, which is only 5. So 20 plus 5, so I have to beat a 25. Diplomacy roll to give a moving speech during one combat phase. On a success, all remaining crew members and allies roll twice and take the better result.
That's
That's dope.
So what are you saying is this moving speech?
Alright, Spice, was... Maybe, what was she doing during the first, part of Starship Combat? Maybe she was just... Was she pouting? I don't even remember. Alright, let's just say she was pouting in the captain's chair.
Okay.
Next to
Just kind of watching as, like, our ship is being tumbled around and she's kind of straight-faced and pouting, and now she's, like, inspired by... see, now that they're in Vesk space, she's like, alright, I'm fired up now.
None of the crew.
No, she's like, alright.
the desk.
Yeah, her, like, burning rage that she's held inside for 20 years bubbles up.
And outside.
And outside. And she gets on everybody's comms and she's yelling into your headphones. And she's like, "This is it, team." Wait, what's fucking Spice voice? It's been a while. "This is it, team." Yeah. "Get ready, because we're about to save not only half of your family members, but also some bad guys too, baby. So go get them, Tiger." That's your inspiring speech.
So Spice gets on the comms for the first time in this combat. As you begin to be targeted, she speaks out, and you all feel there is a bolster that goes through you, this sensation that you really are here to do this. No problem. So that is you, Spice.
Let me roll my diplomacy check, which
Okay.
is
Oh, sorry, I thought you
fucking
already did.
hilarious. Let's see if I can just get it
25
by. Is that so? I have there's almost no way to fail. Oh my god! I rolled a natural 20. Yay!
So you inspire and boost this entire team, and not only your crewmates, but even Squeak seems inspired in the back
And
seat.
the director, maybe even.
Maybe even. So that is your action in the engineering phase. Echo, you had one?
Yes. Echo sees how far away we are from our ultimate goal and decides to give the director a bit of a boost. Maximize speed. I have to make an acrobatics or athletics check. And the DC is 32. Yes. That's 12, 23 plus 9. 32. Oh. Exactly
It's
32.
Very nice. So you rush downstairs, and where you are is the same place that you and Bubbles both had to be to modulate the shields manually. These switches still kind of in disarray, and so it's close. You have to reset everything to get the shields back online and then boost the power so that you don't completely lose all of your shields, but you do. And you push power into the engines, and for you, Shade, all of a sudden there's a little bit more play to the craft. But that is your move in the engineering phase. Echo, Gibbs, you had something you wanted to do for engineering.
Yeah, and so because you did a critical success, we also get a +2 to all crew checks this round. But
34.
So it's a plus 5 effectively because we also get a plus.
You can only
but
use
not
it
yeah,
twice.
But that's
yeah.
what
You
we
need to
did
declare
every
you're
time.
using it.
So, yeah, you use it three times.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use it because no one, y'all didn't use it.
Yeah, use it.
So, Gibbs just opens up a little side panel and just pulls some like grease from her pocket, and
Okay.
it's just gonna start pouring some grease in the director with the effect of Eldritch Shot,
Okay.
which is gonna grease the gun barrel so the shot goes further. Basically, I'm just helping Bubs. If I succeed, the weapon has a +5 range for a single shot.
Phenomenal.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
wicked
really
good.
helpful
So you
right
get
now,
plus
especially.
7 now?
No, +10 total.
Oh.
Range.
Potentially.
Oh wait,
Nice.
it's cocked.
Oh, yeah, you're rolling at advantage, technically.
Yeah. You're
my,
welcome,
my
team.
DC is really low, so I only need to be a 15, and this is a mysticisms check.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't fail.
Can't fail it. So easy for you. You rush over kind of away from your mystic officer. You have to like run into the actual compartment that they have the machinery accessible to, and you reach in and just gunk up the elements that would normally make this function smoothly. And weirdly enough, it's almost like the weird slime that you have seems to lubricate the machines, and it just begins to smoothly function even better. And Bubbles, you feel like there is an increased range to your weapons as well. But that is your turn. That is everybody for the engineering phase?
Yep.
Okay. So, you can see that there is something happening aboard the Starwalker as well. There seems to be something similar to what you're doing, Echo. But that brings us to the helm phase. So, Shade, can you make a piloting check, please? Natural 20 for Team 1.
Yeah.
Well, they're allies, so yay.
Yay.
But a
Yeah.
hesitant yay.
Oh wait, I
It's
get a
just
new.
yay
I
with
get a
two
reroll,
eyes,
right?
that's it.
Well, but we also.
Did you use it?
No, for your inspiring boost. Right?
Oh.
Yeah, it's you roll at advantage.
That was not helpful.
You take the highest of the two rolls,
Yeah.
not the second one.
Was it the same or worse?
It's still okay. Let me see though,
You can
because
use your
I gotta
+3.
switch back over to add the directors up. That's still 32.
Still pretty good. 32. Alright, for these Dragon Scream Fighters, that is Coxon.
We were both disappointed in a roll of 32.
Okay, so the way that this shakes out, the Dragon Scream Fighters are going first, followed by Rose Lashwind, followed by the Prison Barge, followed by your team,
Yes.
followed by Team 1 at the very, very end. So the fighters have to move first. One second here.
That's still good.
But we're just waiting for them to jump. Prison Bird's just gonna jump.
Maybe.
We have to survive the.
There's two things you can do. Jump or just
Yeah.
Well, so you all know that
There's
there is a
also
protocol in place where if the escorts are destroyed, the ship by default will jump into the drift, and that's what they're counting on. It would be very hard to destroy the prison barge. It is a size class larger than your ship, or two actually, and it is just a huge mass of hit points and shields. But destroying the escort craft is definitely possible. You see in the distance on your scanners, not on this map, further away than even 4 of these maps put together, there is a destroyer that is a large ship that is just full steam ahead making its way towards you, and that would almost certainly decisively swing the battle towards the Vesk. So making this move right now is important, but you're in a timed fight for sure.
Are these the Hashovards?
Yes, the Dragon Scream Fighters.
time because of the jump or because of the
because of the Vesk Destroyer that's also closing in on you, you really don't want that to join. You also don't want the capital weapon to target you. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's what that's the game over.
But
So the one to
that brings us to Rose. Rose, for her part, so this song is gonna be. Rose is the green one.
Yep.
This is dumb.
It's
But
using our
don't you
imagination.
love it?
Yeah.
I wonder where my pink ships are. We can use those too, but
Rose is gonna go off to that side. That brings us to the prison barge. The prison barge is going to 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, I can only go 6.
It's presumably like closer to the size of a big thing compared to these.
correct. So those craft are a little bit smaller than
It
your
does,
ship.
yeah.
Those craft are a little bit smaller than your ship.
Yeah.
The prison barge is 2 size categories larger than yours. So significantly larger. But that is the prison barge. Shade, where are you moving?
I am going to. This is piloting.
Are we
So-
the same? Sorry. Are we the same size class as the Starfighters?
No, they're one lower.
I'm going to perform an audacious gambit to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
freaking bears.
12, 13, 14. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move to here.
Okay.
And sorry, it wasn't Audacious Gambit, it's the other one that lets you move 2.5 times your speed.
Full speed.
Or speed? Yeah, full power. Full power.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to.
That's how you rotate the ship, though.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm gonna use the exocortex to do computers science officer.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm going to. You got it? I'm going to use target system. So computers check to target a specific enemy starship system. On success, the next attack on the enemy starship scores a critical hit with a 19 or 20.
Yes.
Yeah, make your check.
So.
So as you are managing this, and as you are like, you get this boost of power from Echo, you can see the range extends on the weapons. This informs all of your decisions, and you pull hard to the side. And Bubbles, as Shade does this, you see the ship just kind of swoop one to the side, and then turn around, and these ships just blip up, and you can see, like, in your targeting range, those last two, the two furthest away, seem to be within the arc. Anything else, Shade?
I'm just gonna roll the check.
Yeah.
What? Oh, it gets a bonus. Yeah.
And a +2.
And a +2.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
critted.
All right,
Now, is this your exocortex that's doing it?
Yes.
I don't think that your exocortex is inspired by the speech that Spice
that's
gives.
fair. Okay, then it's still a. The DC is 5 plus 1.5 the enemy starship tier. I'm gonna do the one that's nearest us.
Okay.
And it was, I believe, a 34. But let me just check.
And that number was 1.5, or
5 plus 1.5.
gotcha.
34.
34. 34 is a success.
Cool. So 19 or 20 for the hit.
Very nice. You speed ahead, you turn to the side, and you tee Bubbles up for a shot against one of these craft. But that is your helm phase. That brings us to Team 1. So Team 1 is Starwalker. It's going to follow Rose. They speed ahead, going just a little faster. That is the helm phase. Anybody else have anything else for the helm phase?
Can I just do a free action talk to the director?
Yeah.
Could I say, Director, could you analyze the capital ships? Actually, am I going to be taking your analyze thing if I do that? Okay, I don't want to do that. Okay.
Okay. So that brings us to gunnery. With gunnery,
Yeah.
Bubbles, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Yes, I'm going to attack this one.
Okay.
And I am going to do a precise targeting maneuver.
Okay.
Fire one starship weapon at a single target. If the shields were depleted before attack, deal critical damage to a random system. They're not. But the second part is what's important. If the attack would normally cause critical damage, it's gonna because of that thing. Apply normal critical damage as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So how I'm going to
Good. I like the kind of I feel it.
Like that.
That's an
You
8.
get to do the reroll though.
That's true.
It's a 13 plus
That's not a crit, but that's probably gonna hit.
19 is 32
32.
Plus
It's
2.
three.
plus
Plus 3.
4 or 3.
Plus the other director plus 3.
So 38. 38. 38 is a hit. Actually,
Yay!
as Shade pulls to the side, you can see these ships start screeching into view, and you shoot at the very first one that comes up. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
As Bubs does this, he is going to be feeling in his knuckles like a kind of pressure. You ever like want to crack your knuckles but you can't?
All the time.
That's how Bubs is feeling as he's just gripping the steering wheel of the gunnery items. Oh, yeah. Got you. 2, 1, so 3 plus. I think that's it.
Okay. 3.
So 2 plus 3 is 3, yeah.
3. All right. You fire at this craft. The weapon just off the shields. 1 second here. You can see the shields eat that very easily. It seems as if that doesn't seem to be like a tremendous amount of damage for these, but no problem. That is Bubbles, your gunnery phase. So that brings us over to the Dragon Scream Fighters.
Bubs is
Yeah, you do that. You can see for all of them, it seems as if you are in a firing arc that will allow 2 of them to take shots against you, the same ones that you fired against, Bubbles. And you can see on these craft from like the very top, behind where the cockpit is located, a huge section of it just kind of opens, and you can see this gaping sort of barrel. And then there is dual launches from these missile launchers. What is your TL?
1 second. TL is where does it say on this thing?
20.
20. Okay, so one rolled an 18. One of these, you can see, it is a torpedo that as it flies through the darkness of space, it sheds atmosphere from this opening on the front and then ignites it with this spark from behind. And so there is actually a fire trail from this torpedo, even in the vacuum of space, though it leaks out quickly after. And it just went right by, and then the second one into the back of your ship. Give me 1 second here. D6. It's a cool little thing. So, this torpedo strikes. Yes.
It's actually more because it's based on my starship ranks.
I don't have your updated.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was looking it up. It's 11 plus 12, so
22.
22 plus.
18 is still a miss, and a 32 I think is still a hit. So, just as before, that is going to be 22. Second here. That is 22 points of damage to your port side shield as this torpedo strikes in, and there is a fire that just envelops the entire side of the shield before it into the vacuum again. It seems as if there is some component to these torpedoes that will continue to burn after they strike once they get through the shields.
Joe, real quick, I forgot to ask. When I fired my ship weapons, I didn't declare where I was shooting it.
Yeah.
We say I was doing it at the, let's say the right side? The side we're looking at?
Yeah. Give me a second here. The port side, yeah. Already taken into account. So, that is both of the Dragon Scream fighters. That brings us to the prison barge.
Both
The
of them?
prison barge is
Isn't there
located.
4? Am I-
Only 2 of them were in firing arcs for you. These are like they have very limited range in which they can fire. So the prison barge. As the prison barge kind of is oriented with its side directed towards you, its rotary cannon arrays are not in range. You do see along the side of this, there is like 8 or 9 rotary cannons along the port and starboard sides. These are not just twin link, these are full arrays that are designed to really prevent like starships from getting too close. But it's still kind of listing and turning and seems to not have the range to strike you. That is all that they are going to do. That brings us to Rose Lashwind. From the Solar Wind Song. You watch as she targets one of these Dragon Scream fighters and a torpedo launches from Rose. It is a... sorry, I have so many ships. High explosive missile launcher. And so, as this torpedo strikes into the same one that you targeted, Bubbles...
Oh, nice. Can you tell me where it hits to?
Yes, I can. That's way more damage than you. 16, so we got
Got a cryo bay.
So you see this torpedo strikes, and as it does, it's the opposite side from where you hit it, but it is 26 points of damage, and you see the shield just shatters on that side. Give me 1 second here. And a little bit carries over into the actual ship proper. Let's try to screen 4. Just 1 second here. Sorry.
I like it. Don't worry about it.
But next to you, Bubbles, you can see that ship now is kind of smoking off one side. The shields are visible around the other 3 quadrants as they seem to be almost like a little bit more tangible. But that is Rose, and then Team 1 from where they are. Team 1 is going to... You see on the very top, the back seems to almost split. And the entire center line of this ship rises up, and you can see twin-linked particle cannon. And this is going to turn and fire.
Because it's got a crack now, get it?
Oh, I do get it. That is going to be a hit. And they're going to target the closest one to them. Yes.
That's not good teamwork.
That's fine. We're gonna have to deal with all of them.
That is 11, 12, 13,
Spreading our damage.
14. And so you see the shield on the starboard side of that craft just shatter as they pour these 2 linked particle beams into this craft. That is 1. But that is everybody who can fire. That is the gunnery phase. Unless anybody else has any final actions for the gunnery phase? Alrighty. That brings us to the beginning. Anybody changing roles?
No.
Okay, keeping rolls straight across the board. There is 2 changes aboard the Starwalker, but that brings us into the engineering phase. So, anybody actions for the engineering phase? Yes, Gibbs.
So I'm actually not going to do a magic officer task. I would instead like to Gibbs opens up the same panel she just poured grease into and uses her magic to clear the grease using ready weapon system. Carefully perform comprehensive pre-firing preparations for one selected weapon. If this weapon is fired next round, we gain a +2 to damage.
And that is, what is ready weapon system?
So it's under the open axe. It's called. I can give you my sheet.
It's all good.
Okay. It's third from the bottom. Ready weapon system. It doesn't have a check. I just get to do it.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay, cool.
So I don't use up a director boost, and I just help Bubs out by cleaning up my own mess.
So you go over, you can smell as this grease that is quote unquote grease begins to heat up, it has a very different kind of quality to it. It's beginning to smell astringent. And so you go and you kind of open the bottle, and the bottle almost serves to like eat it back up. It seems to be like slurping it in just bit by bit.
Taste for yourself.
But no problem, you
have a
clear
little
that
pipe
right
cleaner?
up. Other actions for the helm phase. Yes.
Oh,
Echo.
hill phase, sorry.
Oh, I thought we were in engineering. So my
Sorry.
bad.
No, I'm in engineering.
Oh, sorry, we are in engineering. Echo, engineering.
Seeing that we're now in firing range, Echo's going to pivot from speed to focus.
Okay.
And targeting aid to kind of give Bubbles some assistance in finding the target, because here, close enough is just not enough.
Yeah.
Oh. Haha.
See what I did there?
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
thank you.
That was
Didn't
nice.
remember.
So that's 35. My DC's 27.
Absolutely.
So Dan gets a what?
So Dan, you get one gunner can then take the fire at will or broadside action without the associated penalty to gunnery checks.
That's very nice.
Question about broadside that I did
Yeah.
everyone. Since we only have one weapon, can I fire it twice?
Nope. Yeah.
So only
Broadside is really so. Like for instance,
Oh,
the
wait,
prison
can't fire
barge.
at will then. Can I not use? Can I not do any of these then?
I don't think.
You can only fire at will if you're not already doing a gunnery action.
Didn't we get a new one for
I thought you did.
We definitely did, but I don't know if anybody wrote it down. I might have. If I wrote it down, I would have put it in Discord.
Let me check Discord.
Chain cannons.
Do something else, but I don't think I can.
If we have two guns, I'm going to do that. If we don't have two guns, I'm going to do something else.
Okay. What would you do if you don't have two guns?
If we do not have two guns, Kara would have been an engineer.
Okay.
Maybe not. Thought it was an engineering.
Divert.
Oh, yeah, it was divert.
Absolutely can divert. And you're diverting to where?
Let's go with starship weapons. Treat each damage die that rolls a 1 this round as having rolled a 2 instead.
Very nice. So you send some power to the actual guns themselves. You expect a moderate boost, but these guns are clean all of a sudden, and it just puts power straight into the barrel. That is your engineering action. Anybody else engineering phase? Yes, Spice.
All right. Director, please mute my voice to you and the rest of the crew because I have something to say to our enemy starships, and I'm going to taunt them.
Okay.
So as like your comms like has the white noise from Spice's end, she's going to absolutely blow up her enemy's comms. Let's see. Targeting specific face to. So I think it's only one ship I can do it to. All right, so let's see. I'll do it to whatever ship is proving the most threatening to us. So the
one
closest one. Okay.
Fucking hell.
I'm gonna go there, reach out to their comm units, and yell horribly, probably racist things at a Vesk ship. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
So
Make an intimidate check.
it's.
And
I want to
your
do
mom?
bluff though. So she's lying, or maybe she's not yelling profanities. Then she's lying about the strength of her ship.
Okay, so you say we're a team of capable fighters.
Yeah, you
No
better
problem.
fucking watch out because
Make a
we're
bluff check.
badass as fuck.
We have a plan.
We have a solid as well. Look at, we made it all the way into Vesk space, so you better natural one.
We've trained for this.
What was the total?
Oh geez, for bluff, it's still gonna be really high.
That's why I'm asking.
Okay. Oh right, because it's only 2.5 15. Okay, let's see. Where's my bluff? Is 17 plus 1 plus 5 plus 2. Because I have. No, I have plus. So it's 7, 8 plus 17.
So you literally can't fail.
Yeah.
35.
So even on a natural one, it's a 35.
Oh, it was a natural one.
Yeah, it's a natural
okay,
one.
Okay. A natural one is an automatic failure.
Dang it!
It,
It's fair. It's literally fine.
Yeah.
no problem. So
Why we play the
you
game.
try to bluff, but as you try to make that communication,
Become stronger.
these ships themselves do have some shielding, and they do not allow you to just like open a channel
Read
to them,
onto them.
and so it doesn't seem to work. Anybody
Okay.
else for the engineering phase? Okay, that brings us to the helm phase. Give me 1 second to do something for Mosaic Team 1, actually, in the engineering phase. They are fine. So, that brings us to the helm phase. Shade, can you make a piloting check?
I believe in you.
Nice.
That is. 43.
Very nice. Rose not doing great for initiative rolls here. Okay. So that is going to start us off with Rose, then the Dragon Scream, then the Barge, then Mosaic Team 5, and then Mosaic Team 4. So
They beat a 45. God fucking damn it.
they got enough.
Oh,
Rose is going to.
that makes me feel better then.
It does.
Yeah.
There's no way we can surpass that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like perfect for them. Literally.
Who would you pick besides Rose? Like Diego or something? That would have been a terrible choice.
I don't know. Diego would have been fun. I feel like any ally would be
We
fun.
patched things up.
We could have asked Thaddeus.
Fine.
But you know, I've only really interacted with Thaddeus like asking bullshit about nanobots. We
Yeah.
never pursued that
We
relationship
could ask
seriously.
Chad at it. Oh.
Ooh. Ugh. Wait, yeah. Who are other Starship Lockout people?
We're not good at making friends.
I try. Everywhere we go, I try to make a friend, and somehow we fuck it up.
We could have asked the Usokis, maybe.
They're kind of busy and also on the barge.
I don't know. Lydell's still on my good side.
Yeah,
I'm
that
on
was a
Lydell's
choice,
on
Joseph.
good
Like,
side.
Yeah, but like
I
doesn't
feel
very
like-
competent.
It was a good choice.
Doesn't trust
It was a
us.
choice.
I feel like Rose, the one who is actually a professional bounty hunter, is probably the best choice that we had.
I
That
feel
or
sad
Diego,
if she
but I
dies,
think
though.
Rose is higher up in the ranks.
So that is Rose moving. That is the Vesk moving. Mosaic Team 5, where are you moving? You can see the Vesk bombers. They just crisscross and they form off into two pairs, two going left, two going right. You can see two that swing around behind where you are, two that are trying to peel out behind where Rose is. You can see the Vesk prison barge itself chugs forwards and slowly finishes its final pull around, its nose pointing directly at you all. Where are you moving?
The best destroyer?
Is
The
it like
prison barge.
directly at all of us? Like,
No, so like if you were to draw a straight line from the center of it to the center of your ship, it would be straight, yes.
gotcha. Okay.
Ignore that
so,
it's crooked in the
so it's not
tile.
like
Yeah.
the scale of it is like
The
this
tile is the
whole
heading, not the
Gotcha.
ship art. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Real quick, Joe, just point of clarity. The last band is the turret.
Okay, good to know. Cool. I'm glad to know that. I feel good about that. Where are you moving?
I'm gonna use Audacious Gambit.
Okay.
It's a piloting check to pull off complex maneuver. Move the starship up to its speed, -2 to distance between turns. Flying through enemy occupied hexes does not provoke.
Okay.
Pass of opportunity.
Very nice.
At the end of movement, rotate in any direction. Failed check, and I just fly normal.
Yeah.
Nice. The failed checks are really punishing.
Oh, that's a 19 on the dice.
Oh,
That's
yeah, no
gonna
problem.
pass.
You fly forward.
So no. I'm gonna flip back and I'm gonna start weaving up and down through them because I know that they have those rotary cannons that put them off balance.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
try to make them have to like reposition themselves in very difficult ways that will make them more prone to like getting knocked out of
yeah,
whack
absolutely.
and
And
hitting
Tracy,
each other.
as they like cross forwards, two going left,
And
two
then-
going right, you cut right between all four of them,
I'm
really
gonna
just
end
kind of
over
threading the needle.
Here,
Okay.
so that we're lined up to shoot back at all of them from, like, I guess here and behind.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
out of range of this.
Very cool. So absolutely, you throw every single ounce of power that Echo has provided for you into the thrusters that are like retro burning. You almost all of you can feel the momentum shift, even with all of the systems like really in the director working overtime to keep you stable. You feel cargo shift and your momentum shift. Squeak like floats up in the seat a couple inches and then like pops back down, and then you tear off and go between all four of these fighters. You end up in a great position. That brings us to Mosaic Team 1.
And I'm gonna do the combat tracking again for a 19 or 20.
Very nice. Cool. And you made the check,
yeah.
I assume?
34.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, excuse me. Mosaic Team 1 is going to they're gonna stop right there. You see the momentum, similar to you actually, Shade. Every single thruster burns backwards, but there is no flip or turn. They just stop dead in their tracks. And you can see they have like this broadside lined up on all of the craft that just passed you. So that is the helm phase. Anybody else actions for the helm phase? All right, that brings us to gunnery. Bubbles.
So I think because of the maneuvering, technically you can hit any of them in that trajectory.
Yeah, you can, because it's as you park through, you can hit any of them. And not only can you do that, I think the first 3, you can hit either port or starboard.
I'm gonna go for the shield that's down here in this one.
Okay.
Before Bubs attacks, he's like trying to get the kinks out of his hand, so he's gonna do one of these.
Sure.
With like up above his arm, just force it out.
Okay.
And he's gonna roll for attack.
There you go, Talon. Get crack knuckles.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god!
There it is!
Is that it?
There it is!
There it is!
And
Natural
Bubs
20.
feels the pop in his knuckles.
There you go.
Got it.
Finally, at long last, it pops. You've been waiting to crack this since you left the Hollow Husk.
And you treat that as a 2.
Oh!
It's true. It's
And
true.
you get +2 to damage.
Oh! So that is 2, 4, 6.
Yay!
Times
Times 2!
Times 2!
Yeah.
Because you critted, right?
Oh, yes!
No, it's Matt. He's reminding you.
5 plus 2 times 2. No.
Or you can
not
re-roll.
that. So it's 10,
So 10
plus 2,
12.
12. 12 points of damage.
Yes,
The
it's
shield's already down on this individual. They'd already taken a couple points of damage. And they're not destroyed by any means, but that certainly is impacting their health. For 12. Okay.
That's this guy.
Yeah. You can see, like, there is a in the engine that is flying on the right-hand side of the wing. It's shedding smoke. You see the kind of turbine wind down. It's substantially damaged, that craft. Still in the fight. That is your attack, Bubbles.
Yep.
All right. Let's run through our friends here. So first, we will go with the Vesk. All 4 of the bombers, as you are moving through, you don't provoke attacks of opportunity. They will be able to take, oh god, is it going to be yours? It's going to be Mosaic Team 1. Probably half and half. So there's going to be 2 that target you with torpedoes. Dice here. All right. So the low one is a 19 for a TL. And then the high one is a 20 for TL. And so as you just weave in and out, none of these are able to, first of all, they don't even spin up the rotary cannons. The way that you move through, there is no attempt for them to try to shoot you. Not only would they be targeting their own craft, but there would be that counter spin as well. And so they're not able to use that. But 2 of them fire torpedoes off. They miss you completely. The other 2 are going to fire them off at Team 1. A little bit better. That is going to be a 25 against Team 1, which I believe that's not high enough. Let's take a look at all my craft here. That's the Southern Song, the Star Walker. Oh, that is enough. Okay. So 1 torpedo skips and is able to go through all of these maneuvering craft, and as the Mosaic Team 1 ship comes to a stop, it strikes. And you see... Okay.
Yeah.
That is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 points of damage to the Star Walker. That will strike them directly on the starboard side. Their shields eat it like there's no problem whatsoever.
Sorry, we unplugged that.
I unplugged it.
Oh. Oh, yes, you did.
So that brings us to the prison barge. From where the prison barge is and from where they maneuver, as you are turning and moving, they do get a shot off with their weapon.
No. We so small. We small.
You are small, and this is less so. Alright.
We so
So,
cute.
does a 43 hit? Yeah.
Daddy.
So, there is, wow, you could not get luckier at all.
Oh, yay.
So,
Okay, that's good.
there are D10s that get rolled here, a lot of them. And there is a 1, a 1, a 1, a 2, a 3. So in total, you only take, this is a very small amount for this weapon, 30 points of damage.
Which side?
This would be, I believe, directly on the front.
Because it did it before we moved.
Yeah.
Skirt nose.
And so what is your shield looking like on the front?
Shields are down on
Shields
the
are
front.
down. How much HP have you taken?
How much was it?
30.
30 points.
30 points. We are now down to 48, I believe.
Very nice, 48. So no critical damage, but for all of you, suddenly the lights kind of flicker. For you, Bubbles, where you are in the gunnery seat, you can hear the actual physical damage as this huge projectile scrapes right along the top of the ship, right along the left side of the ship, kind of scraping all of the paint off. You can kind of feel the shield shatter on the outside. There is like this almost ringing in your ears. But you survive. You do not want to take another shot like that again. That would put you into critical territory. But you survive. All of a sudden, your comms open up. Javier says, "You cannot take a shot like that again. Be careful, Team 1. We'll do what we can to draw them off." And they cut communications. But that is the Vesk attack. That brings us to Rose. Rose targets one of the Vesk Starscream. That is going to be a miss. Another torpedo flies off into the dark somewhere. Some planet's having a terrible day. But the only other person left is Mosaic Team 1.
What do they think?
Say again?
Yeah, they hit.
They hit.
Yeah.
They hit one of them.
They are going to open up the left-hand side of their ship, and you see not one, but a pair of particle beams that are linked on the other side.
They got 4 whole guns.
I have 6 of them.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
We have one.
One gun.
If you get to go aboard their ship, it's not the most fun to live there, but it has a lot of guns.
I don't know. Apparently, anyone who lives on the ship can have sex with Javier one time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. There's not a lot else to do. So they unload on one of these starships, the one that they damaged previously, and they deal 31 points of damage themselves, actually outclassing this capital ship with their heavy weapon. The ship that had the shields go down on the other side, yeah, that you see get hit hard. They were already smoking, and that certainly places them in critical territory. You watch as the lights on that ship just go out. It looks as if, as it like starts looping to the side, you can see the entire power core is just missing. This has had the entire center and like left-hand part of the ship like smoked away by these particle beams. It is just a smoking cherry red husk in the ship. But that is Mosaic Team 1. That is everybody's gunnery phase. Any final actions on this turn? That brings us to the top of the round. To engineering. Or sorry, anybody changing roles? No. All right, engineering.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. Gibbs.
I guess I'll let out a big burp from eating all the gunk that was in the guns, and I will spend a resolve point to Mystic Haze us. So hopefully we don't get a hit like that next turn.
Okay.
I do have to roll for this one because the DC's a little higher. It's just around us.
Oh, okay.
It just gives us AC.
You're gonna put this around your ship. It's Mystic Haze.
I think it's 25 is what I have to beat.
Yeah.
18. I beat it.
Yeah, no problem. So you burp, and as you burp, you are just closing the compartment where the guns are housed. That burp just travels into the infrastructure of the ship and then seeps out of the minute cracks, forming this mystic sphere around your ship That provides some element of cover, although in the open space in the middle of a gunship, or in the middle of a gunfight, probably less than you would expect.
So we get mechanically a +1 AC,
Yep.
Matt, and science officers roll disadvantage on scan or lock on actions.
Not a lot of science officers aboard these missile boats, but that is your engineering. Other engineering? Yes, Echo.
Are any systems like critically damaged?
At the moment, no. You guys are fine.
Because we
Okay.
took a hit to the port, and now we took a hit to the forward. So our shields are down, but we've only taken a relatively small amount of actual damage.
Echo is going to divert again,
Okay.
and divert the bonus damage from the weaponry to the shields.
Okay, which quadrant?
Front.
Okay, make
Front
your
seems
check.
bad. I can't fail unless I roll a natural one. So,
But if you
and
roll,
I rolled a 17 on the die.
but crits also have effects here, which is nice.
They do.
It's worth rolling even if you can't fail.
I don't know, natural one can fail.
So what percentage of PCU is
Good
that?
story.
Restore an amount of shield points equal to 5% of the PC rating with the starship's power core.
So I want to say that is going to be 5%, 10% is 24, 5% is 12. I believe you restore 12 points of health to your shield.
Nice.
And so as you shift this damage away, Bubbles lands a perfectly flush critical hit, still not doing a tremendous amount of damage, so you pull that power away back into the shields where it's needed most. That is your engineering. Spice.
Engineering. I would like to get back on the Mosaic Team 5 director comms, and I would like to. Who wants encouragement?
Not me.
Encouragement.
We talked about this. Everyone wants to be praised.
Yes, that's true.
Gunner boy.
Okay.
Oh, but he's your ex.
I know.
Bro.
Gotta make a decision.
But yeah, she already has done it once before, so I feel like in the heat of battle, she's not really thinking about it. She's in military mode.
Okay.
So she's going to reach out to Bubbles' comm unit and be like, "You shoot him down! It's time! Stop wasting time! You can do it!" And you get. If I can't fail the diplomacy
You gotta
check, do
roll.
I
You gotta
even?
roll, because if you get a 1, you do
We were
fail.
just over this.
Alright, well, I didn't fail,
You had a 1
so.
in 20 chance of failing.
You also
You
won.
gain a +2 to your targeted check.
Spice's voice comes across the communicator. It's somewhat crazed, a little bit less clean than you are used to hearing, but no problem. You feel that boosting inspiration. Anybody else engineering? Okay. That brings us to Helm. Shade, can you make your check, please? Wow. That's the Vesk. Song coming in with 27.
Do I still get the bonus? I don't have a bonus.
Not from me.
Okay.
You get just the default
Yeah.
bonus.
Okay.
Much earlier. Okay. What'd you roll?
41.
Nice. You lost this
Oh, I spilled
round.
myself.
Okay. So. Rose is just the worst pilot out of the bunch, it seems, going first. Then then the Vesk bombers, then Mosaic Team 1, excuse me, then the Vesk prison barge, and then Mosaic Team 5. You guys are helmed last. So, SolarWind song.
Don't be hit by the prison bar, you idiot!
Song. That brings us to the Vesk bombers. So as you pull away like that really forces them into a weird situation.
We're all about that.
As intended.
The one with the dice on it is dead. Or critting or whatever. What's going on with that one?
Yeah, this is the one that's downed.
So they actually just
Peace.
there's just so much slower than they, or not slower, but their maneuverability is just not great. Okay.
That's fun.
All right, Mosaic Team 1 now. I got you.
Nice. They're gonna get attacked.
That, and then fast prison barge.
Oh, we're here.
She can move so much.
And then Mosaic Team 5, where are you moving?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can I get you there? Does that help?
Yeah, I think I might be able to squeeze a shot right there.
It would be on the back of the ship.
Yeah.
And I think I can get right there on the side.
Nope. So, you rush over. There is a... as the mystic haze seeps out from amongst the compartments within the ship and surround you with this debris. It does seem to kind of buffet little elements of like...
I was doing evade, so it's move as normal, but we get a bonus to TL and AC.
Very nice.
But I have to do the check, but it's another, like, 2. Can't fail as long as I don't get a 1.
Yeah. So no problem. You take evasive action. You list to the right as your shields go down and then come up again. But that is your...
And got the target lock again for 19 or 20.
Very nice. So that is your movement. That is your helm phase. That is everybody's helm phase, in fact. And that brings us into gunnery. So Bubbles. Shade pulls right behind this individual, just does a aerial barrel roll straight to the right, and then levels out, giving you a perfect shot on the aft of the ship.
Bubs hears Spice like yell in his ears, and he can't think of what that means, but he feels like, and he like thinks, okay, just do the same thing you did last time. So he just goes like this, tries to crack out the pop, and he's trying to like kind of a superstitious kind of like routine every time before he
Sure.
shoots. And
Same.
it's going to be
Last time you didn't use your dice tray.
okay. Do it the same. Okay.
Speaking of superstition, that
I
dice
did-
tray is cursed.
No, I did use the dice tray.
It's missing
No.
its comb, that's why.
Oh,
Pretty sure
the
you
comb
did it
is
on the table.
definitely not good for the rolling.
The huge Mondo Bubbles dice.
8 plus 2 is 10, plus 19 is 32,
Plus 3.
plus 3, 35.
That is a hit.
Nice.
With a 35, everybody is really helping you. You have Spice, who is boosting you. Shade is piloting in such a way to really use the ship almost like a mobile gun platform. And then for some reason, the gun is just really smooth today. It was kind of sticky for a second.
Hey, there you go.
Ooh, 6 damage, plus, I believe...
Plus,
that's
6.
Okay, 6 points of damage. You hit the back, and you can see the back shield begins to kind of wink a little bit, but no problem. That is your gunnery phase. That brings us to the rest of the Vesk. The two that were that you're now following, they have to use their aft armaments against you. They fire. This is not a dissimilar weapon to your own. One of them is going to be a 25 to hit, and then a 26 to hit.
Nope.
And so they fire, and as you take these evasive maneuvers, you lift right and then left, and you are able to just kind of dodge. They can't cleanly target you because one is behind the other. The other two Vesk bombers, one of them is just drifting dead. The final one does get a shot off on Rose. That is going to be a hit.
No!
And so for Rose and the Solar Wind Song,
Hey, if she's done at this point, then I mean...
She is. Oh my god, no.
8, 12,
You move up in the ranks.
Stop.
21.
She's our friend.
And that is going to hit right on the
Solar plexus.
port side shields. You see the port side shield just barely still holding on.
Yay.
She takes no physical damage as that torpedo just ruptures. That is all of the torpedo boats. That brings us to the main craft. The prison barge, as they are now pointed almost directly at Mosaic Team 1, are going to... They can't fire their main weapon twice in a row.
Now kiss.
But they do have a pair of linked heavy laser cannons, and that is what they're going to be firing with.
Oh, I know what they would do.
27. Sorry, I'm playing with my toys over here. 27, that is a miss. And so as they take similar, not quite similar, but a different kind of evasive maneuver, they seem to have a slight bonus to their AC, and that is all that they need to just dodge this massive laser cannon, both that begin to fire out the front. You can see Mosaic Team 1 is just ahead of the laser fire. The laser's just behind them, but they are currently diverting their fire away from all of you. That is the prison barge. That brings us to top of the round. Anybody changing roles? Okay. That brings us to engineering. Anybody engineering?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because we didn't get to hit what we wanted to hit before, and I'm gonna give, now I just sneeze into the gun barrel of this, like, hatch that I've got open, and this, gives him Eldritch Schlot again. Eldritch Schnot.
No problems.
A bazillion.
Okay.
You can take us out of the bag. You are greasy.
The Mystic Haze just right back into the ship and then just kind of gums up the barrel again. This is just kind of a Gibbs elemental that is moving around. But no problem. That is Gibbs's move. Anybody else engineering?
Yep.
Yep.
Spice is going to privately reach out to Shade's comm and demand him to pilot better, I suppose, even though he's not doing a bad job. She goes, God damn it, Shade! Let's do a better pilot! Yes! Fucking, Lockout Star or whatever. Wait, what was the lore drop from last time that you guys got?
Yeah, he was a racer in the
Yeah.
the racing pits of Aphrodite.
You're the fucking Aphrodite Razor Pit! I want to see better from you!
Shane, as
and
you like stitch a navigational trail between 4 intersecting bombers just quickly enough that none of them can target you while Bubbles is able to still track with this small weapon and deal devastating blows, your Spice piped in, do better.
Laser beam.
I love how we're going like, yeah, because we didn't get to hit what we wanted. It's Shade's fault.
yeah. So maybe we get a natural one.
Hey.
Nope. Okay. Well, you get a +4 to any check you want.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Weirdly enough, you feel bolstered. Anything else for engineering? Yeah, Echo.
It comes from a place of
I
love.
want to attempt some fuckery.
Yay! Do a fuckery.
Ooh, we have a wheel.
Would you allow me, since I am both the chief mate and the engineer, would you allow me to do a maintenance panel access action, which is chief mate, from my divert actions, which I have done twice now, very successfully, and it is nigh impossible for me to fail. Would you allow me to do a maintenance panel access to continue diverting power to shields and to divert power to gunnery?
I'll say that you can try that. The DC is higher. Let me look at the it wouldn't be 1.5 times, it would be twice.
So, 32?
Correct.
But maintenance panel's only 10. 10 plus 1.5.
No, he's saying it's going to be higher for the thing I want to do. It's a 31.
Echo, you don't damage your systems by trying it especially. You just can't quite get close enough.
Did you add the +3 to?
Dude.
What I was going to say was, but with the addition of the wheel,
Hey.
as you are like reaching into this panel and you can almost not reach, you are able to just remember, like, within the kind of elements of the actual assemblage, you had seen the skeletons of Echo units as well, and you know that not every piece needs to stay exactly where it is, and you dislocate your own fingers, you stretch just a little bit longer, and you are able to make contact. You briefly electrocute yourself, but you absolutely divert power to both of these systems. Somewhere off, somewhere in the ship, some non-essential thing, somebody's radio, like the outlet just completely shorts, but absolutely you have the power where you need it right now. Very nice. Okay.
The lighting on the garden just like powers down.
Yeah, all the grow lights. But that is your turn.
But
Anybody
you're gonna
else
stay
engineering?
alive and so will the plants.
Anybody else engineering?
Nice.
Alrighty, that brings us to the next round. Shay, can you make a helm check, please?
+4.
+4.
Not that you really needed it though.
I mean, this is
Obviously,
I'm just
sometimes you
going
need
through
it.
each. Wait, that's true. That you're. Wait, I take it back.
8 plus 34.
Okay.
Yeah, not great.
4
I love a little fuckery.
5, and then
Plus
team
4 is a
1.
help.
It's coming in a little higher than
Anything below a 30
35.
makes
Hey,
no
now.
sense at this point.
So the lowest roll was actually the Vested Bombers this time. Then Rose going second instead of first. Then you guys, then team 1, just 1 higher than you. And then the Vest Barge is going last.
Damn.
So yeah, the Bombers have to move first.
Don't love that.
Wait, I don't. You wouldn't use the +4 in that roll. You'd use it for your actual maneuvering, right?
Oh, you can only use it on one? Then
Only
yeah.
one.
Yeah, then minus that 4, but plus the 3.
On any one check. So do you want to use it on? You can use it on
No,
initiative.
but I didn't
that's
add
fine.
the +3 to the check with the director.
Do we get an attack of opportunity against that guy that just moved out of our butthole?
No, we decided we don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Those two, that one, that one. Okay, that is the Vest moving. You see Rose move as well. That brings us to Team 5. Where are you guys moving?
1. You have a +5 to range, or is
Yes,
this
+5.
okay?
So that helps.
2, 3,
So you don't have to get that close.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Can you get me? Will that hit that, Joe?
Yeah,
Right there.
yeah. As long as you're facing kind of straight ahead, yeah.
Yeah, I factored in the movement too.
And from there,
do
because of the way that
evade.
it's angled, Bubbles, if you angle, yeah, if you you can hit aft or you can hit the starboard side, the side where the shields are.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm going to do lock on target system again. That's a
No, I just.
so it is a 19 hard to crit.
So you watch as Team 1 flips and
And
burns.
the evade was like a 35. So also
Oh, no,
+2
it's,
for
No
ACMTL.
problem. You hear Spice yells in your ear to do better, and even though you have been really piloting to a level that is literally inhuman. I mean, as an android, you are capable of just processing much faster. You just tear even further back. You are just keeping behind. Both of these bombers crisscross over each other. They try to fly around and catch each other's 12, but you are still able to evade and stay behind both of them. You can see, for her part, Rose seems to be keeping on the tail of that other bomber. You can see Team 1 as they tear right by the barge. They exchange fire in both directions, and then Team 1 just flips and burns, and they follow the barge. The barge cannot move anywhere near as quickly and continues to slowly turn to bring its weapons to bear in your direction. But that is the movement. Anything else in helm phase? Alrighty, that brings us to the gunnery phase. Bubbles, go ahead.
Bubs
make
is
your
like
move.
following this superstition routine. He's always cracking his hands before he does. He gets that, and you can feel that because he's forcing his legs like right on the ground. His legs are starting to fall asleep because he's like putting so much pressure into his like bottom half.
Oh, I know that feeling,
Yeah,
actually. Yeah.
so-
He's a power bottom.
Yes. And Bubs,
bottom.
Bubs, he's doing all these routines. He's getting ready to shoot, and he just yells, "How about a little haircut, a little off the top?" And that's a 19.
There you
What
go.
did you read?
So go ahead, roll damage, double the damage on the dice.
It feels weird that you said the thing that you said and then did that, but okay.
I love no, give him a little off
But
the
it
top.
feels like a
It
little
feels
bit.
like a little bit off the top, yeah.
2
one
and
it
a
is.
1.
So that's 6.
And the 1 changes to a 2.
No, not this
No, not
round.
anymore.
No, it was the +5 to range this time.
Yeah, I can only do that.
Oh, you get it.
I did the
you
thing.
can-
you did the
I
You
did
diverted
the
the
thing.
power.
I diverted power to shields, so
So
there's
4
more shields.
becomes 8 when it doubles as part of the crit, plus I believe you're getting +3, what was it? No, just 8. Okay. 8 points of damage. The shield's already down on that side. Bubbles, can you roll a D100?
Oh, someone give me some D10s. They're hard for me to tell.
Here. Oh. I don't know what
Can
to
we get
do.
one of those silly, like, D100 balls?
I hate those, yeah.
10 and a, I don't even know what
They
this
don't
is.
stop.
That's why I'm gonna give it
Oh,
to
that's
Dan.
another.
5?
You already called the 10, so here.
30. That's a 3. So 10 and that's a 3.
What is that?
13.
13.
13.
D100s are- And also, like real professional D100s, they don't really
What was the total?
13.
13.
13. Can you roll a D6, please?
yeah, like,
1.
Okay. You can see on that ship, the life support begins to glitch. And though it is not entirely out, it is not functioning super well. You can see this craft is on its last legs. It barely is functioning, holding together. You can see smoke billowing inside the ship's cockpit itself.
oh, that's not good for
It's not great.
Doesn't help with the
That is your
life
attack
support
roll.
if you're also
That brings us to
inside.
Rose. Rose fires again with another target locking weapon. That is going to be a miss from Rose. So Rose not really getting value this round. The Mosaic Team 1, after they flip and burn, they are able to make 2 attacks with their particle beam. And they're actually going to miss twice. I think. Give me 1 second. They're going to miss twice. The flip and burn taking a little bit more out of their targeting than you would imagine. Who do I still have left here? Nobody to fire. Oh yeah, they can fire their aft weapons at you.
Not their butt weapons.
The highest one is a 22.
It's gonna be Mrs.
And so just moving left, moving right, you can see just these tracers just go off and into the darkness. But that is them all missing. Finally, the barge,
Fuck you, Barge.
I think probably has to take a shot at Rose. They have their rail cannon up. That is going to be a hit.
Oh.
All right. So
Hi, buddy.
10d10.
Thanks for blowing up our spot.
Okay, so you see all of a sudden in the chaos of combat, the gigantic weapon on front of this barge light up, and the twin kind of projectiles move almost at the speed of sound as they just ripple through space. And you see Rose Lashman's ship takes 53 points of damage.
Oh no.
Is it still up?
Just 1 second. It's not looking great. Give me 1 second here. So that is in the starboard side. The starboard shields shatter, and you can see it deals a good amount of damage to Rosa's ship. She does roll on the critical table.
No!
She's not in season for this season.
21.
That's a good joke.
And all of a sudden, for all of you, her comms go dead. You would imagine her sensors probably affected. Bad damage for Rose. You can see the shield's completely ripped away on that side. You can see the elements of kind of green have shriveled in and turned brown and yellow. But that is still surviving the rail cannon.
It was just the comms.
That is all the gunnery
That's
phase.
fine.
She won't get her memes.
Anybody else? Any final actions for that? Anyway. All right, top of the round.
Top of the round.
And because it is 8 o'clock, we're going to step away for a quick break, and then
No,
we'll
our
come back
friend!
to finish this battle. Thank you for joining us. There'll be a timer on your screen. We'll be back at the end.
It's over there!
It's over there. Howdy, folks. Welcome. If you stuck with us through the break, thank you for doing so. If not, we're playing Starfinder, and you're a part of it now.
Are we playing Starfinder?
Where are we playing Starfinder?
Who are we playing Starfinder? So, for all of you, we're going to resume our Starship combat right up at the top of the round. Is anybody changing their roles? Alrighty. So, that brings us to engineering. Alright, that brings us...
Oh, wait, no, hold on.
I'm
We're
just debating. Okay. Cool. So we still have one ship left in front of us, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
You have glitching life support.
You have one that is
don't care about
functional,
that
one
one.
that's glitching life support, and then you have the prison barge good ways in front of
And we
you.
have vessels.
Cool. I am going to try the thing I tried last round. And Joe, did you say it was like just the only thing that changed is it's 2 times our starship tier?
Correct.
I did the math wrong. It's 26 is the DC.
That's what I was trying to
Good
tell
know, good
you.
to know.
I didn't realize what you're trying to
Yeah, I was
tell
like, no, it's
me.
only DC 10 plus whatever. But anyways, love you. Still managed to do it.
Just barely, though. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, try the fuckery again. Okay. I'm gonna use the computer to
Okay.
help me out because I'm just getting worse and worse.
No problem.
So that brings me up from a 25 to a 28.
Very nice. You are struggling down here as Shade pitches the ship to the left and to the right, even in the vacuum of space, generating enough momentum to shift you around, and you're not even able to like keep in front of the panel you need. You ask for the Directive Zero's help, and they're able to just put the last couple of points in. You are able to, again, divert this power in 2 separate directions, splitting it off to the shields and to Bubbles.
Echo's just on the comms somehow in a Scottish accent saying she's giving it all she's got.
All she's got, using the voice modulator. So that is your engineering. Anybody else engineering? Yes, Gibbs.
Gibbs just sneezed in the gun, so then I was like, oh fuck, gotta clean it again. So it's just spending her whole time just like fucking up this gun and then cleaning it.
I'm really imagining at this point it's kind of like a lasso of filth, and it like goes
Oh,
in
just
and
applying
amongst the
layers
different
of
parts
varnish.
of the gun.
Yeah.
And then you like put it in your nose and like pull it out
Yeah.
through your nostril. Yeah, no problem.
Like a magician. Just keeps
So I
Yeah. And it just
give
goes back and forth. Like the gun pulls it in, then you pull it back. Yeah, no problem. Go ahead and make the check.
no check, it's an open action.
Oh, right. Open action. I love open action.
Yeah. If anyone wants to be a mystic officer, let me know.
So
No.
that is yours. Anybody else engineering?
Yeah.
Pray to God.
Spice is going to jump back onto the comms, sweating in her captain's chair. She's gonna reach out to Bubbles, and she's gonna go, Bubbles, I need you to shoot down this ship once and fucking for all.
At this point, Bubs is starting to get really lightheaded, and he's like imagining Spice doing this.
Yeah, sure, no problem. It's like Spice is right there. For you, Shade and Bubbles, the two of you, you have been flying to an unbelievable ability. Bubbles, you've critted twice. Both of you have done nigh on like as good as you could possibly do. But Spice is telling you to give it more. And god damn it, you will. And so go ahead and make your check as long as you don't roll one, it succeeds.
I'm a lover, not a fighter,
Two
Captain.
actions or roll 20.
Oh, natural 20!
So it's orders.
Yeah,
Tell
so
them what it
I
does.
order you. So if it's an order on a success, a crew member can take a second different action on their turn. And there's a
You
plus
could
1
do
to
flight.
action.
You could do snapshot and whatever the gunnery gun thing is. Shoot.
It's not as helpful when you only have one weapon, but with that as a natural 20, what we'll say is you can fire that weapon twice as part of this action.
What does plus 1 captain action this round? So I get another action if I roll a natural 20?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
very
how I would read
nice.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Boss somebody else.
Well, no, I'm gonna encourage Bubbles again.
I'm gonna do 4 actions.
Well, no, I'm encouraging you this time because I don't want to spend any
Use
more
all the
resolve
resolve.
points on this.
So I get
So,
advantage.
no, you're going to get plus 2 on your check. Actually, I'll demand it, so it's plus 4. So
Very
it was an
nice.
order and a demand for you.
That is an order and a demand.
So if you miss, I'm gonna be fucking.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I'm
Break
gonna
up
laugh
with me
at
again?
you. I don't know. You broke up with me, so.
So you bark this order out. Anybody else engineering? Okay. That is the engineering phase. That brings us to Helm. Shade, can you roll for your helm?
Oh, that's pretty good. 42.
42. That was team 5. Team 1 rolling in at a 41. And so they're going to be going a little bit before you. Rose. Rose is going to be leading us off because that's what Rose does. Rose's bombers not doing much better. Okay. So, Rose is starting us off, then the Vesk bombers, then the barge, then Team 1, and then you guys are going last. So first, just count all the things I'm doing in a row. Rose, the Vesk, the barge, and I'm doing everything. You guys do. Okay.
Yeah.
Do the things. Do the things.
So Rose is going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the Vesk go. They just keep drifting off of that site. Go. 6.
Good call. Good call.
6. Vesk prison barge.
Do I get an attack of
You
opportunity?
do.
Oh, we do.
For this one, just because they went straight through, it's not a
Proximity thing.
Because I know it's looking.
That was more just because of the chaos unlock.
Oh, that's
yeah. Okay, so
It's everyone would get attacks of opportunity.
yeah, that would be.
Whereas, like,
Shade, you
this is
see
not big ships, so
all
you
of
get
these
a
ships
shot.
just crossing over each other. You can see these two pairs of Vestcraft now kind of converging. You can see the prison barge is kind of directly kind of looming over top Rose. Team 1 is piling in. There's just this whole scrum happening here, but directly in front of you, you see the bombers are now coasting ahead. What are you doing?
When do I take a check of opportunity, Joe?
Well, at the gunnery phase, top of the gunnery phase, we'll do it as like a held action.
3 fucking shots.
Basically, yeah.
And then +4. And your damage is high.
For you.
This placement's gonna be real important. No pressure.
10. What are you trying to hit?
I mean,
This one?
that would be
This
good.
one?
I only have
Alright,
5
cool.
range, so I think that's the only unless you can
Alright.
get closer. There.
No, you're good. I'm gonna fly by
Okay.
over here.
Very nice.
That's 40.
Easily,
Something.
no problem. You're able to use the thrusters in such a way that you're able to angle the ship to get a perfect arc for Bubbles as you go by, and you maintain the arc the entire way. You kind of drift the ship by.
And you can hit it as if you're like up against it.
Okay. That is
Oh, and 19 or 20. I'm gonna do.
anything else for Helm phase. Alrighty, that brings us to gunnery. Bubbles first. Make your shot of opportunity as they pull away from you and kind of begin to drift off in the direction of Mosaic Team 1. Make your first attack.
All my attacks are gonna be on this side, which I believe is the port. Left.
Left is port, yeah.
Pretty much choose where.
Okay.
Wait.
Big whammies.
That's competition shit because
Yeah,
you got a fucking
roll it on
rock
the
in it.
table.
Roll it on the table.
Let's see the
Alright.
big roll on the table.
All right.
Yay!
19. That's 30 plus.
30 is a hit.
4.
30 is still a hit, so you got that. So go ahead and roll damage on the first one. This is attack of opportunity.
Nice.
4.
Wow.
4,
2d4
okay.
+2.
fucking makes me
Plus
sad.
2.
Hey,
6.
there you go.
6.
So you see the shield lights up. Now, Bubbles, go ahead and make your other 2 attacks. And these are on the same ship?
Yep, same shot, same spot. How Bubs is gonna do this now? Bubs is like starting to get like really lightheaded because his bottom half is like real like losing circulation. He's he's in the zone.
All power to the bottom.
All power to the bottom. Bub screams. Bub just yells, "Yeah, get some, get some!" And he's gonna do his first roll. That's a 6.
Sir. Sir, get it out of the
I
tray.
know, you can see it, like, you can see it about to be good and then go back into the tray and be bad. It's amazing.
Alright, the Bubby dice. Let's see it. Oh,
7.
God. I thought that was a 1.
For a
It's still
total
plus a.
The
Okay,
6
so
plus 19
6
was
plus
that a hit?
19 is a still
Plus 4.
Plus,
So
yeah,
that's
29.
29 is a meets it, beats it.
Meets a beat.
The
There
other
you
one
go.
will probably be hit too.
That is, it's one more. So yeah, you get 2 hits off that.
Someone give me
Nice.
some d4s. I need some lucky d4s.
here's 1. Oh, here's a pink
By the
one.
power of friendship, everyone give a D4.
Do you want one of mine in your hand or no?
Yes.
You do?
4!
Well, here's one.
Very nice.
These generally roll well for me.
Save dice rolled a 1. Oh, 3 plus 1, another 4.
Oh, that's
Wait, no,
And I
this is
diverted.
5.
I diverted. The 1 is a 2.
Oh!
The 1 is a 2.
Wait, then this one is a 2 too.
Oh,
So that's a lot.
6
That's a
and
numbers.
5, 11.
Plus 2, plus 2.
Plus 2 is 13.
Plus 2?
Plus 2 is 15.
15!
15.
Nice.
With 15,
Fucking dead,
you
no?
shatter the shield and you do a tiny bit of damage to the actual crest
Yay!
itself. You can see there is now just little bits of shrapnel that are like stung into the wing, but it's still just flying along.
Bubs just keep going, get some, get some,
No
get some,
problem. You
get some. He
continue
just
to
keeps
fire.
saying it over and over. Bubs
That
in a loop.
is your no problem. That is your gunnery phase. That
Echo's
does
muted bubbles.
yeah, that's fair. That brings us to the Vesk. So the Vesk, there is 2 that are going to take targeting lock shots against you. Bubbles. First one that is going to be pretty good is going to be a 30, just flat 30 to hit, targeting lock.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
All right. So first, and this is going to be on your aft, you are taking 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points. And then the second one is going to be that is only a 28 to hit, TL.
That is also gonna hit.
Also going to hit, and so that is an additional 13 points of damage. Is that through your shields?
Yes.
Okay. Shade, can you roll a D100 for me?
No, we're there.
Are we at critical?
No, you're not in critical.
We're still
We're
pretty
in,
okay with
we're in
health.
hit point damage, right? If we're past shields, then we're in hit points.
Yeah, we're in hit point, but we're still like okay health wise in terms of like overall health.
It just means that
61.
the director
61.
dropped their shield and now
Echo.
it's going right under their forearm.
You feel this more than anybody else because the torpedo slams into the engineering bay and the entire bay is engulfed in flames.
Oh, it's fire.
This is fire. The ship is now on fire, and it will continue to deal burning damage until something is done to reduce the flames. The flames engulf the walls, they engulf the floor, they engulf the ceiling over your head. The entire place is on fire. You can hear the alarms begin to ring. This is a critical situation, though you're not in critical damage yet. That is their attacks with those 2. The other one who is still able to fight is going to not be able to shoot. They'll take an aft shot on Rose. Their rotary cannons do hit Rose. They hit Rose for 6 points of damage. Hang on, Rose is not looking great. So, luckily, Rose's shields eat that one front. Those are not gone. And then the Vesk Prison Barge. So they have already used their primary weapon last round. They can't use it 2 rounds in a row, but they can use their heavy laser cannons. And so they're going to take an attack against Rose. Rose AC 20. That is going to be a 32 to hit. So 8.
Thank you. That was in the gun.
20 points of damage. You see Rose gets hit again, and this is a much heavier shot.
Guys, Rose.
Gotta see ourselves.
And you see, can you roll a d6 for me, Gibbs? Lower is better.
4.
4.
Oh yeah.
You see The power core is hit with this blast. The heavy laser cannon just tears into it, and you can see it is not destroyed, but it is malfunctioning. And another hit to the power core will almost certainly decimate the ship, if not destroy it outright.
Oh, we should put her on our ship.
You can see the speed begins to lower. You can see the entire green exterior begins to wilt and become yellow. But that is the Vesk prison barge. The only other person to fire is going to be Team 1. And Team 1, with this other ship right next to them, is going to unload with their particle beams on the Vesk craft. That is a 30 to hit, which hits.
Where's it hit?
That is going to hit their starboard side. That is 22 points of damage. You can see this ship almost fully intact with their shields, and they shatter. They begin to take a little bit of damage as well. But that is all the gunnery phases. Anybody else, any additional moves?
Free action. Shade, we gotta go rescue Rose, please.
Top of the round. Anybody changing roles?
Yeah. But I want Echo to go first.
Okay.
I was just gonna ask if I have to change a role to put out a fire, or if that fits
I
engineer.
think it's
No, I would say
engineer.
that is a different kind of action. You could probably do that as a hatch. Yeah, I'll be like a hatch, I would say.
Cool.
So, anybody engineering?
Yeah.
Yes, Echo.
Stop being on fire!
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make the
Stop, drop,
patch
and
check.
roll. Stop, drop, and barrel.
Hey, that's gonna be a 27.
Ooh, hang on 1 second.
My DC's a 22.
But I just have to look and see. This missile's nasty.
The DC of the fire.
It adds 5 to the DC, so you still
That's fine.
succeed. Yeah, but it's a little closer than it would be otherwise.
The +3 wouldn't need a lot,
Yeah.
I think.
You are able to patch as this goes out. You pull on the fire extinguisher, the fire suppression system.
Echo can't breathe. Can't
Doesn't
breathe.
need
Echo
to.
doesn't need to breathe, so Echo just like opens it.
Sure, no problem if that's what you want to do.
No. We'll use the fire suppression system.
Yeah.
That has never worked well for us.
The engineering bay doesn't have things that are
twice.
locked down.
You utilize the fire suppression system, not venting your belongings into space for a 4th time, but instead choosing to use foam.
I'm gonna weld everything to the floor.
You foam fills the space. It like buries you up to
You
your
put it in
waist
the
almost
drawers, man.
instantly.
Clean up your shit.
But the fire is quenched. You take no additional fire damage at the start of the round.
The drawers in the drawers.
Engineering. Anybody else engineering? Yes, Spice.
I would like to demand Shade to save Rose Lash.
Yes! Love that.
Okay.
Even though that's
I know, I can't demand a player
I
character.
know.
But if I get a natural 20, I can do it again.
nice. Just keep telling
I'm
me.
gonna extra demand you.
Well, Intimidate, let's see if I even get it. Yo, I'd be shocked if I didn't. Oh, yeah. Nope, we got it. Sorry.
We got it.
So you get +4 to any check you want.
Through the comm static, there is just a demand that you rescue Rose. This comes in much sharper than Gibbs's request. But that is your engineering. Any other engineering?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I lead a boarding party? How does that?
I also saw that and was curious about that.
How do I
You
do
need
that?
So there are ways in which this could happen.
Yeah.
You do not have any specialized equipment to do this, so that would involve you being in the airlock
Okay.
and then opening it, and then using something to navigate during starship combat. So these ships tearing around high speed, it would be very hard to board one of their craft. You might be able to board the prison barge. You might be able to board one of the larger ships, and it would be hard. You don't have the equipment really to do it.
All right. Fine. I will wait till Shade pulls up a little closer.
Okay.
And instead, I'm going to, as we get in the fray of it, I find a wire that looks especially tasty in my little hatch that I'm in, and I just chew on it, and it causes us to erratically maneuver as it sort of shorts out Shade's steering wheel.
Sure. And this is which?
It's an open action. It's a minor maneuver thrusters at random to cause starships to make small, unexpected jukes in its trajectory.
Oh, this. I
Plus
remember
1 to
this.
AC
Yeah.
and TL against enemy starships. Oh wait, but only using the flyby stun.
Yeah.
Oh.
That tasty electrical.
Yeah, I made the commitment.
They are in a position where they might want to.
You bite into this wire and it tastes like blood and electricity. Your fur kind of stands on end and you can hear the kind of crack as elements that have encrusted some of the bristles just shatter away. But no problem. That is your engineering phase. That brings us to helm phase. Shade, go ahead and make a helm check.
Gibbs' keyboard is unplugged. She's not even here. What?
I'm out in the hallway, just like ass up in a like panel, and just like I've been fucking in this panel for so long.
What is going on?
Echo's just like, the fire in here is out.
Why do I smell burning fur?
Okay. What was your helm check?
That's gonna be 36.
36. Okay. So, Rose is going first, then the Vesk, then Mosaic Team 1, then Mosaic Team 5, and then the Barge is going last. So, Rose is going to 6. That will provoke some attacks of opportunity.
No!
Then Vesk will go. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh.
3. Oh, they have to go through. So that provokes an attack of opportunity for Bubbles, and then.
And I get it on that side because it goes through that way.
Yep. Then Mosaic Team 1 goes. Turn all the way that way. And then Mosaic Team 5, where are you going?
Does this provoke attack of
It
opportunity?
will, yeah.
I already got the shot lined up because he went by me, so I can get the shot. So we do whatever. Though I do want to do more shots against him my turn. If I don't kill him.
Damn. I guess I'll just do evade then, and go.
But it's up to
You
you.
want to go this way?
Yeah.
So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that you
Yeah.
want to be right there?
Nice. Yeah. Cool. So you and Rose both end up sandwiching this
Target
bomber.
locked. And
Oh, we should board through the bomber.
Do we just run across the top of it?
19 or
Like an
20 to
anime.
crit,
Yeah.
and +2 to AC and skill.
Okay, no problem. You take evasive maneuvers, you pull around to the side. You are keeping steadily behind this one bomber. One of them is kind of peeled away. You and Rose are on either side of this craft, but that is your helm. The barge is the only other one to go.
Rose objects, we just fly by.
We're gonna do that.
Well, her ship's okay.
Better ship can heal itself.
Oh yeah, it's alive. Somehow.
So,
Those bone ships.
Bubbles,
Gonna need to back
go
off.
ahead and make a gunnery check.
Bubs is gonna just.
This is the attack of opportunity.
Yep. Bubs is gonna shout out, "Why won't you die?" 11 plus 19 is 30.
30. 30 is a hit.
Nice. I need a D4.
Rose also takes a hit from one of the rotary cannons on the aft of the vest as she goes by.
That's a D8. Who threw that in?
No, that's not a D8, that's a D4. Look at that.
It's a crystal D4.
And it was a 4,
Okay.
for the record.
It was a
And
good
a
D4.
It rolls good.
All I saw was the tip.
How much is that?
6.
6.
It's hard for me
It's a
to tell
pointy
dice,
one.
too, honestly.
And that is the one that is not quite as badly hurt. That is
No,
on the
I'm
correct
talking about
side.
this one, the one we're talking.
Oh,
My shields
okay.
are down.
Still up. Still up is
Okay.
that one, but looking really rough.
Damn.
And that is your attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
You see Rose gets tagged as well. And with this strike, you see the power core just goes dead. The ship currently like in bad shape. You can see it is still slightly turning, and so it has some element of mechanical power. Rose is not down. Life support still seems to be up, but they are just kind of drifting right now. Those are the attacks of opportunity. That brings us to gunnery. Bubbles.
Bubs is just gonna keep yelling, screaming like he's like a 4-year-old at the arcade. And machine that said game over already. And he just keeps playing the title screen.
Wow, it's a
10.
10. Your middling
19,
rolls here have
29.
been.
Plus three.
29.
3.
29 is a meets it beats it, but plus 3 is even better. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, D4s.
It's technically it's what 2d4. 2d4.
1. I can't even read that.
That's 3.
Well, Bubbles, even with minimum damage, there's only 2 HP left. And so, despite not being able to read it just by hitting, you see this ship finally just barely puttering along. The engine's just short out. And they are just dead in the water, drifting forward. Good hit.
And Bubs is gonna yell, "Yeah, remember the name, it's Bubbles!"
You scream that out. That is your gunnery phase. That brings us to Rose, who cannot fire. But Rose is going to use this opportunity. She's heading over ship at least. Let's start getting a little further away.
But we're gonna board you, Rose. Stop running away.
She has no comm. She has
I
no
know.
sensors. So that is Rose. The bombers now are going to be able to take 1 shot on Rose, 1 shot on you. 2 shots on Rose, but actually, what is
The
the
ship's in the way.
She's got cover.
Actually, especially with Rose out, everybody's going to be taking shots on you guys because there's no real reason to shoot at a dead target. So you are taking 3 target locks.
No.
Roll bad, roll bad, roll bad.
So the lowest one is a 15.
That's a miss.
Next lowest one is a 28.
That's a miss.
Okay.
What?
And
Wait,
then
for AC or
target lock.
Target
Oh,
lock.
that's a hit.
And then the next one's higher than that. So 2 of these are going to hit. These missiles, you can see they look as if they're on fire as they streak towards you.
They're gonna hit her front.
Ghost running around with a fire extinguisher like I'm ready.
Yeah.
From the first
We
one,
might be down.
What? No, not.
Think of it in their front.
that is 16 points of damage from the first.
Where are they hitting?
From where the first one hits, that will be right on the front. The second one, however, is going to be on the port side. That's a low roll. That's only 9 points.
Well, it's like shields on the side versus like
Our front
arc
ship
hit
is
point.
gone.
The
I know,
front
so
one,
it
however,
goes
does strike through your shields, and so that damage, it does rip into the ship, and there is a burst of flames. Shade, you can roll a D100, please.
You're on deck. Doctor ship.
Didn't divert any power last turn, so there's no like bonuses.
Paging Doctor Beep.
30? Or is that a 3? 003.
003. Love to see that. The
Hate to
cockpit
see that.
erupts in flames. And as this torpedo just hits right in the front of the ship, you can see it as it just streaks towards the cockpit. You hear like squeak, bark, and then there's just a burst of fire in this entire place.
It's really the squeak.
This entire cockpit is on fire, and you imagine Squeak's life very much in peril in this moment, should you not be able to put the flames out in the first round. But
Got you.
that is both of their torpedo attacks. That brings us to Mosaic Team 1. They are going to take a shot against this ship directly in front of you. Oh no, you guys destroyed that one.
They have this one.
Yeah, so they'll take a shot on that, a little less powerful from the side. Ooh, but that's going to be a crit.
Yeah.
And so as they strike, you can see they have a rotary cannon as well. That is still only going to be 11 points of damage. But still, with 11, and that is the one that is the least hurt. And that is also on their aft. That doesn't actually even take down the shields.
Damn.
The barge, now with its side lined up against you guys, you can see a whole array of rotary cannons that now just are going to spin up to life.
No.
And
This is worst case scenario.
Yeah, we die. before
does a
we get on the
20 hit?
No.
No.
Okay. You can see an entire array, 5 linked laser or rotary cannons just spin into life, and these little projectiles pepper across space. You can see some of them just kind of strike into the debris around you and around Rose's ship, but they just miss everybody. You can see little like fragments going into the ships around. They don't seem willing to sacrifice their own pilots' lives to hit you.
Hey!
But that is all of the gunnery phase. That brings us to the top of the next round.
Best have a code.
Anybody changing roles?
Nope.
Alrighty, that brings us to engineering.
I do have a question. If I want to use my miracle worker, how does that? It's a move action to repair damage to a starship system.
So instead of using any of the helm actions, you would just drift and then use Miracle Worker in place.
Why don't you just let me do it? Since you're
So, engineering phase. Engineering phase. Yes, Echo.
Wait, before you do it,
Echo.
I'm gonna order Echo to do it good.
Because
Okay.
you're also burning too. You're in the
Echo, you
cockpit.
take off. You begin to run. Your hair,
man.
the last little bit of your hair was
All
like
of
on
us are
fire. It just poofs out as you just take off. As you blur, you hear like the Doppler affected voice of Spice.
Wait a second, might not have made it.
And you go so fast you can't quite hear Spice's voice. The message may not quite land in your ears, but go ahead.
I didn't make it.
You just hear echo, and you're just gone. Too fast. There's just fire.
What's the DC?
The DC is 26.
+3.
I was gonna say I'm gonna use the +3.
Guys,
It's gonna be 27.
27. The ship opens up. You see as the cockpit door opens, there's just flames leaping up the sides. All 4 of the chairs are engulfed. Squeak, as you open the door, just pops out through. They had pressed themselves all the way back against this, and they just tumble into the hall. They let out this little yelp. You can see there's like a little bit of fire along their vest, but they roll over and then run off into the crew compartment.
You know, stop, drop, and roll.
Sort of.
Trained them okay.
You look into the cockpit and it is just awash in flames. So you rush in, you yank down the fire suppression system, foam fills the area, and the fire goes out. You do not take additional
Party in the
fire.
cockpit. Literally what I was thinking.
That is your turn. That is Spice's turn. Anything else in engineering?
Yes, I'm going to I guess I'll Eldritch shot. No, I'm gonna prioritize range. Ready weapon system,
Okay.
which gives the +2 to damage.
Okay, very nice. So you ready the weapon system, and from your kind of place, you're chewing on the wire. Your hair is like almost smoking at this point, so you just take it out of your mouth and just kind of carelessly shove it back in the wall.
Yeah,
It connects something that just gives a little bit of extra power to the weapons. No problem.
that's how God works.
That is gives the god. That is engineering. Anything else for engineering? Alrighty, Shade, make a home check.
Give me good vibes.
36.
36 for Shade. That's 11 for the barge. Okay, for Rose. Rose not going last this time.
So
It's not going much though.
Yeah.
This one is the non-life support. This one's the life support one.
Which I think they got this,
This one's okay.
but I still think we can. I think if we go for this, we
Okay,
can
so
ship it.
the barge, then the bombers, then Rose, then Mosaic Team 5, then Mosaic Team 1. So first the bombers.
Attack of opportunity.
Yes, if you would like it. They Rose can't take the attack of opportunity. She has no power.
Right. She's got
That is
that.
them. The barge is like drifting out of the frame right now.
Uh-oh.
And then Mosaic Team 5, where are you moving?
Chase the fucking barge. Or save her last one. I don't care.
Save Rose.
I love how you just said that so couch.
I don't care.
How are we supposed to say Rose?
Guys, we can't.
Let's flip a coin, Jade.
All of our families are on that ship.
Oh, he went for Rose. No, he didn't. I can't tell what this is happening.
the families.
Yeah, we can't really help Rose. The best we can do is
Attack the ship that's attacking her. We have to attack it
Let's not
anyways.
attack
Why can't we just go up to her ship and board it? Or get her off the ship?
We don't have
we
like
don't
a
have
boarding
time.
thing.
5.
Why didn't you do this last
Flyby.
time, Tinkus?
6, 7, 8, 9.
No, because you would be one less than that because you turned
9. Yeah. Then just 9.
Okay. And then team 1. So flip and burn.
So you can hit this thing on the way by to try and draw it back.
One ahead. So take more attacks on these bombers as they begin to move off towards the barge. And at the top of their round, Javier opens the communicators and he says, "They're beginning to warm up their drift drive. Begin to close distance." So that is helm phase. That brings us to gunnery phase. So from the attacks of opportunity land, I believe you guys are getting a attack of opportunity from the one that drifted out of your range.
Yeah.
This one.
Yep.
Like, it's really difficult to do.
Oh, nice catch.
Like, imagine 2 airplanes passing you.
That scared all of us.
Bubs is just going to just start laughing. Yeah! 14 plus 19, that's a hit.
Yes, it is.
Bubs is like getting delirious at this point. 3 and
3
3.
plus 2.
Plus 2, 8.
8. And I am attacking.
That one, you'd
Yeah,
be
the
hitting
same
the
sheet. That's it.
port side.
It's, how much? That was 8?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a d100. That's a good amount of damage. And you can see this craft now. You
I
can
like
see the
these
back
ones.
is like cracked right
I'm
there.
bullet dice for the
How much?
D100s.
75.
75, very nice. So 75, you see the engines just severed in half. And the engines seem to be badly damaged. This craft will not be redirecting itself in any meaningful way in the near future as their engines malfunction. But that is attack of opportunity. That would be attack. Bubbles. Do you have an attack that you're making?
On my turn?
Yeah.
Yes. I can do the back. I can do that ship.
That's the Mosaic
Oh,
one.
yes.
It's
You
this ship.
can
We
hit this
flew
one.
by.
You can fly by this one.
We flew by that one, so you could hit that
Yeah,
one.
okay. I think I can only hit there then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. Sorry, I was focused.
I think you could hit the front too because we came in from this way.
It doesn't matter.
But it's either side because it hasn't taken damage from us.
Bob's just gonna continue laughing. I hate that. 7 plus 19 is 26, isn't it?
Plus 3.
26.
Plus 3, 29.
That is a pizza pizza. There you go.
Yeah, the 29 we keep scraping by with that 29.
That's why I'm writing them out, because you have so much math to do.
No, it helps me.
That becomes a
That's
2.
6.
No, no one diverted, but it becomes an 8 because of the plus 2.
Yeah.
So 8.
8.
Yeah.
So not only does that finally destroy the last 6 points of health that the shield had, but that actually rips into the damage as well. This has taken damage from Mosaic Team 1 in the past. And so a tiny bit of damage to the hull proper.
Nice. Oh, I hit the right spot.
Yeah, you did. That is your move, Bubbles. That same bomber, from where you were previously, will get... Oh, man.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not in great shape. So there's 2 strikes that are going to be against you guys. The first one is a normal, just torpedo strike. That is going to be a 29 target lock.
Yeah, that's fucking good. Man, these things are just tearing through us.
I think they need to roll a 16 or above, and I've rolled above 16 pretty
It might hit us in the butt.
frequently.
I think we.
It is going to hit you in the butt, and it is going to hit you for a 13 points of damage.
We have shield bucks.
The second attack is at a...
Shields like everywhere except our side.
No, we have that shield, I thought.
No, we got tore. Our ass got tore up.
So is that hull damage as well?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Can you roll a D100 for me, please?
We're like almost. I think we might be in critical. Like full systems.
Oh, great. So, how are we gonna
How are
get to
you
the
gonna get
fucking
out?
barge?
Yeah.
I think you're actually 6 HP away from rolling for critical, but
We're gonna have to
can you
rowboat
roll-
our
Can
way.
somebody roll a D100 for me, please?
58.
50.
Is there a small shuttle capable of drift?
Echo.
Yeah, where am I
You
going?
like stop putting the fire out. You're like, oh, good. You turn around, and then the whole ship rocks, and you see from the engineering bay, fire licks back up again.
God damn it.
God
You
damn it.
turn, but the engineering bay now absolutely on fire. And for what it's worth, fire at this stage in the game is enough to put you into critical. So you definitely want to put the fire out.
Yep.
That is the torpedo boats that are targeting you. One does get an attack against Mosaic Team 1. That is going to be a miss. Another torpedo off and into space. That brings us to the barge. The barge has no aft weapons that can target you at this range. They can target Mosaic Team 1. That is a miss. And so a rotary cannon just traces in amongst them. That brings us to Mosaic Team 1. Mosaic Team 1 is going to do a broadside, and they're going to strike both of those bombers. The first one up front, that is going to be a miss, but Techno is going to enable a reroll. And they're going to take the higher of the two, which is still a miss. And so the first one misses, second attack, that is much better. That is going to be a hit. And so the one that is kind of badly damaged, using the engines kind of sheared off, you watch as this ship is just sawn in half. So they take maximum damage and just are destroyed. They can just pull them off.
Yeah, and I
And
clean
you
up the-
actually watch as the cockpit itself ruptures in half. The entire ship just splits before it blows up on the inside. The cockpit itself like shatters into a million pieces, just sprays out like glass. But that is Mosaic Team 1. Anything else for the gunnery phase? All right, that brings us up into the next round. Anybody changing roles?
Okay, hear me out. We have a shuttle,
You do?
and with someone we want a shuttle.
Yep.
How to shuttle?
So you'd be spending a turn to like run from where you are in the cockpit over and like getting in the shuttle itself. The shuttle is laden with supplies. It has all of your boarding stuff aboard it, ready for this mission. So you would be placing that in jeopardy because the drift jump is happening pretty soon.
We don't have the interceptors.
But it would take one turn to run to the shuttle, and then in your next turn you'd be able to launch.
But if Rose doesn't have a power core, she can't drift jump.
Correct. She wasn't planning on drift jumping with you either. She was engaging in this fight and then was supposed to take off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh!
I thought we were incentivizing her with like the bounties of.
No, she gets a
just-
flat rate million credits. That
Yeah.
was the deal.
Oh, I missed that whole conversation with her.
Yeah, she's fine. She'll be fine. She'll be fine.
But invest
She'll be
space. We're
fine.
just
She'll
gonna
be
leave her
fine.
invest
She'll be
space.
fine.
Yes.
So,
We'll send her the
Engineering
credits. She'll be fine.
Fire!
I think our ship will grow.
Echo, you rush, sprinting back to the engineering bay. You can see the floor in the kind of area that you all store your cargo in is beginning to warp with the heat.
35.
The 35, you yank on the system, nothing happens because the fire suppression has already been deployed.
Fuck!
Using your speed, you run up, you grab some of the fire extinguishers that Gibbs has not yet harvested from your ship. They do get reprinted every time Gibbs takes it, just takes a while. But you go down and you manually deploy 2 fire extinguishers, just spinning in a circle, and you douse this flame.
It's the scene where people just have the automatic gun and they're like, ah!
Yeah, exactly. Except this is fire suppression. In your blue eyes, the flames just lick up before being extinguished, but no problem. That is your engineering. Anything else for engineering?
Yeah.
All right.
It's not a captain thing. It is an open phase thing, but it might work. Where the fuck is it? It is Feign Disaster.
Nice.
Before Echo puts out all the flames, Spice broadcasts or does some kind of chemical experiment or something to make it look like our ship's about to supernova and scare everybody.
Okay.
And like that would cause massive damage to the other ships. So the enemy ships have to make a DC 10 plus 1.5 ship tier computers check to see through the ruse.
Okay.
It's all enemy ships.
Yeah. So the bombers. Okay. Cool. Very cool. So, Spice, as this is happening, you can see Echo rushes off, and as they're leaving, you know Echo will be able to put the fire out. They're quick. But that gives you an idea. If this was going to go critical, that would force people to give you a little bit of room. You know that Gibbs has just vented like garbage out into space. There was the mystic haze surrounding you, so you know that there's something that you could ignite around it.
Yep.
You just don't quite know how. But you, almost in sync with the director, they seem to register your thoughts. There is a spark on the external part of the flame, and your ship briefly ignites. And there is a moment where it glows bright, almost like your core is going critical. That is a thing. We'll see how that plays out.
There's some random
Okay, so
android
it's-
expletives from the engineering bay.
The mechanics of that is -2 to scan lock on actions, -1 to piloting checks.
Within
for
1x.
Within 1 hex.
Yep, that affects one of them.
Okay.
So, that is your turn. That is anything else engineering?
Yes.
Gibbs.
So, because Spice got rid of her captaincy, I would like to encourage Lowe's Rashwind not using her comms, because I know that they're down, but there's text in this box that says, or a check using a skill that the targeted crew member is using to encourage crew members.
She's not a crew member.
And her comms are down.
I was gonna use mysticism.
She's a
She's a
team.
I was just gonna like
So she's not a crew
Right, like in a
member.
plane in the air,
Yeah.
like write a message.
just
Unfortunately-
hold up a poster to the mirror.
Unfortunately, the distance is just too vast.
Dang it.
Fuck,
Anything
fine.
else?
Then I'll just range ready weapons systems.
No problem. You ready the weapon systems. You give some range to Bubbles. That is engineering. That brings us to Helm. Shade, can you make a
You
Helm
get the
check,
same one.
please?
32.
I
kill
thought
all
she
our
was gonna fight with us.
Yeah,
This was her fighting with us.
I wasn't.
Once
there for
we drift jump, it's just
But I wanted
the
her to help us get the escapees, though. But you're right. No, I remember the conversation now.
Okay,
didn't wanna be
so
in best
Rose
space.
will drift, then the barge, then the bombers, then Team 1, and then Team 5. You actually, on your lowest, one of your lower Helm
Yeah.
checks are going last.
damn.
Okay.
that. Oh, those dice aren't really there.
I know.
We just like to make your job harder.
Space debris. Those are actually bombs that we planted.
Shrapnel man.
Attack of opportunity.
Yep. I'll do that on gunnery phase. That is the bombers. The barge continues to
Yeah, that
coast.
one. 'Cause
Team
it's
1
here,
continues to pursue,
Okay, so I get
but they're gonna head out, and so they're going straight so that they have an aft arc lined up on that
Like
bomber.
that way?
Yeah. That is Team 1. Team 5, where are you moving?
Chase Daddy. Vesk shit, right?
Hang on.
You can see the Vesk barge is continuing to chug off in a way. You can see
Why?
their engines have cut, and there is only now the bright blue rings around the exterior of the drive that would symbolize the drift engine is now kicking into
Right.
ignition. They are close to making a jump.
Do we need to prep anything to jump in sync with them, or is it going to happen because we're linked with Mosaic Team 1's
seatbelts.
yeah.
You imagine Mosaic Team 1 is going to give you a command to go, and it's probably going to be pretty quick.
Okay. So I don't need to ready it.
No,
It'll
you don't
just-
need to mechanically ready it.
Okay. Okay. Then I am going to I think full power. And that one's done.
We just need to get rid of the one.
Do we even need to get rid of it if we're just jumping into?
How far is your range?
5.
Do we even need to finish the job? That's my question.
We
That's
do.
easy.
Why?
It's like the protocol only starts when we actually kill it.
1, 2, 3.
What protocol?
The jump to drift protocol.
Why? What to kill them? No, the point of mission is to get them.
Get rid of the drift until it's escorts are gone.
And then a quick turn is where I'm going to make that shot right there.
It sounds good. So a couple things all at once. First, as we go into the gunnery phase, Bubbles, can you make your attack of opportunity as that first bomber leaves your range?
Bubs' like vision is starting to get a little bit blurry now, and his legs are just turning a little bit bluish.
Okay.
17.
Okay, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll
Shockingly, his
damage.
rolls keep getting better
Oh, Bubs is
as
in the zone.
That one like sounded better. Like it,
It
didn't
did.
hurt
It
my
was
ears.
a
It
gentle,
rolled
a
better.
gentle roll.
Bubs' vision is getting worse. It's like when you lose like your hearing, your eyesight get better. It's like one of those things.
Sure.
You lose your vision, so your vision gets better.
I have no idea.
yeah, I know.
7
Plus 2.
points of damage.
+2.
Plus 2. That's important. Can you roll a d100, please?
Nice.
Someone do that.
Got you. 36.
The 36, you can see this is a bad blow. This damages through the shield, and their sensors seem to go out. Completely out. They are wrecked, not just glitched or malfunctioning, but they are still turning and turning. Now, for your actual gunnery phase, are you taking attacks against them? Go ahead and make your attack roll.
This is the we save Rosa.
19, 20 will crit.
What?
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh, that was like. I do have a 1 day of range.
You don't.
I don't. I was
You
gonna-
used it.
Yeah,
You used it
Matt
last
used
round.
his. Did you use yours?
Yeah,
I
he
think
used
I did.
his.
I don't know.
This
Matt
is a
used
six?
his.
I used mine the day
Matt
Oh,
used
wait,
his
you
for
did.
Vloraz.
Yeah, you're
Wait,
right.
Yeah, I did.
used mine the day before.
Yes. It
Yeah.
was worth it. Totally worth it.
It was
You see
not.
this?
Totally worth
What
it.
was your roll?
I didn't use
6 plus 19.
+3.
Plus 3.
25, 26, 27, 28. 28 is just shy, unfortunately. And so you miss just a little wide as Shade is just tearing around. It just takes off. You watch as that ship just vanishes in your distance. But that is your attack roll. That brings us to the other bombers.
+2.
The first bomber, or actually the only bomber that can make an attack, does launch a torpedo probably against you guys. Oh, actually. So launches a torpedo against you guys, but
Pressing me
it's a target
out.
lock weapon, and it doesn't quite reach you.
Yep, it just fizzles out into space.
Oh no, it's still going.
Oh.
It has not reached you yet. It does have a movement speed. But this just tears towards you. It does not quite reach where you are. The heading that it needs to turn pulls its speed just shy of where you are. That is the bomber. The other one can't fire. Its thrusters are broken and it can't turn to point at you. The Mosaic Team 1 is taking attacks from the barge. The rotary cannon stitches off and misses. You can see Mosaic Team 1 is now darting amongst the fire. But that is all gunnery phase. That brings us to the top of the round. There's only one Vesk bomber that is still functional. And this thing is going to turn and continue to move. It's badly damaged. And so what I'll say is, Bubbles. So first of all, who can help Bubbles make an attack?
Range helps, or what?
Okay, what are you doing to help?
If I am helping Bubbles make an attack, I'm doing divert power to change 1s to 2s.
Okay,
and I'm
so-
going to actually use overpower. So it says you can. It says it doesn't say how much. It just says you can send extra power.
Okay. So you're using overpower?
I'm using overpower.
Make an engineering check. What was that roll?
Neither of you can choose dice for me ever again.
Is that a natural one?
It was.
Oh, very nice. Okay. So
I've just fucked
you
us.
cut a little power to the. Well,
You
no.
fucked yourself.
You do so much damage, it might still be enough. So you cut a little power to the weapon. Who else is helping Bubbles? Or sorry, who is helping Bubbles?
Help is a strong word here.
Okay.
Because Spice is going to. This time it's a video channel, and she's like sitting back in the captain seat, legs crossed, like menacing, or like boss bitch, but very mean. And she just points at the other ship, and then she goes, "Boo." That's it.
This is all Mirage, the Bubs.
You do that. Anybody else anything to help Bubbles?
I would
Yeah.
Wait, I want to see if I roll a
target
1.
systems.
Target systems, no problem. Do you roll a 1? Okay.
I didn't roll a 1, but she was close.
Okay.
I'm gonna lube up the weapon system.
Okay, you lube up the weapon systems. It's the open phase action? Okay. Bubbles. You turn to fire. Weapons power are failing, and so you're not getting full damage from this. You'd imagine you're losing 2 off your damage roll. But go ahead and make your
But
attack
you get a
roll.
+2.
So just a flat
Just
damage.
Flat damage.
Come on, Bubbles! Come on! And his like fingers is about to
Wait,
slip
you
off the
get
trigger.
plus 4 because I demanded you.
Okay.
Get 9.
His fingers are right about to
That
like
big
hit the triggers. He's like
19.
feeling like the blood rushing. He's like almost about to pass
Don't
out.
drop it, roll it.
Roll it. Roll it. Gentle roll.
It's cocked.
That's cocked.
That is 100%
That's
Okay.
cocked.
Okay.
Somehow cocking a 400-foot dice.
Yay!
So Bubbles, you are barely able to hit this. As Echo, you cut power to the cannons. 1/2 of your rotary cannon jams. You only get about half the magazine before the entire gun just locks up. But that is enough. Go ahead and roll damage. And provided that you can roll, well,
Roll enough to not fuck.
Well, don't you? Oh,
Okay,
that's pretty good. 6 total.
you needed 4 points of damage.
Wow.
You are able
Rare.
to strike them before they get a second torpedo off. Now you do have one more torpedo. It does get a final target lock against you.
Do I,
Does a 24 beat your target lock?
I'm going, if possible, I would use in this supposed science officer's checks.
Sure.
I would use 1 resolve point, improve countermeasures, DC 5 plus 1.5 enemy starship plus the countermeasure defenses. Computers check to foil enemy targeting and incoming projectiles. On success, gunners on the enemy starship roll twice and take the worst result.
Go ahead and make that check.
+3.
That's plus 3. That's gonna be
49.
40.
Yay!
Does a 22 hit your target lock?
Target lock does not.
These last few rounds
Right
have been
at the
holding my
last
breath.
second, as you
ripped
can
all my
see
nails
that
off.
dragon thing
no.
just
Sorry.
explode. It just ripples off and away. You yank the craft to the left with Echo kind of cutting power to the craft. Just a little bit goes into the engines, so that's all that you need to just miss. You all hear a clunk as the torpedo itself ricochets off the hull but does not explode, and then just veers off into space and ruptures behind you. And you all just kind of take off. There is a priority transmission that begins to come through. The director puts it through, and you can hear Diego. God,
Rodrigo.
Javier, as Javier says, jumping in 3, 2, 1.
Engaging it.
You engage the drift drive, and as you leap, space falls away in front of you, and you can see just 16 pale blue rings that demarcate the edges of the drift drive of this barge, suddenly visible amongst the various swirling sort of bits of drift cloud around. You have successfully leapt into the drift.
Ah.
One second.
Bubs unclenches his butt.
Clench it up real quick because
Gotta do some repairs.
Is Rose okay?
She's
don't
fine.
know.
You are in the drift.
We destroyed the ship. She just has to get home.
You see Mosaic Team 1 as they just disappear into the wash of these drift beacons. They are already making their way closer to the craft. You know that you have 12 seconds to get to the ship and board. What are you all doing? Time slows
Wait,
down. in this
Mosaic
moment.
Team 1's ship or the fucking barge?
The
barge.
barge.
Oh, fucking
setting director onto autopilot as we had discussed.
Okay.
And getting fucking hauling ass to the shuttle, hoping that everyone had remembered that we were planned to get in the shuttle and fucking breach from there.
Yep.
Are we too far? Like, how close are we?
You are.
Do we need to haul ass to get up there?
Yes, certainly.
Okay. Does Echo have time to maximize speed?
You certainly do. Make an engineering check.
Love that.
So this is kind of a group skills challenge. Everybody is able to contribute in one way. Echo, you're making an engineering check to try to push as much speed out of the ship
It's
as you can.
acrobatics or athletics.
Okay.
That's a 36.
With a 36, you go down and the entirety of the engineering bay is wrecked. There is just like charred like blackness across most of the controls. And so you just rip the entire control panel off into the side and expose the guts of the engineering, and you plunge your hands in. You are not manipulating this using an interface. You are physically redirecting components, and you do so rapidly, and you feel the momentum begin to shift and increase. That is a success. What are the rest of you doing?
Through the power of
Christ.
prayer, fundamentally.
Retcon.
Gibbs takes the second to let
Jesus
her
Christ.
eyes just roll back into the back of her head, and she is going to do precognition, but I want to grant the benefit to the shuttle.
Roll a D100.
Great.
I like this.
59.
59. As you attempt to use this precognition, there's a brief moment where as you try to reach out and see what is happening in the future, you see only darkness. And then in the darkness, there is the opening of two eyes, and they look old and they look wicked, but they are unable to interrupt this precognition in this moment, and you are still able to use that ability. So you can see that as 12 seconds pass, you see the branching kind of arcs of the future. What was your mysticism check?
1,000,000. I get it. It's a 23 plus 12.
There are a million universes in which your ship takes a million different approaches. You see it get annihilated as it goes up into the top and tries to get into the second deck, and a reinforced shield just expands and just wipes your ship away. You can see all different kinds of futures, but where you are tracking most is towards this sort of central space between the front and back of this first deck of the ship. And you can see a clear path that would lead you there, and especially with Echo's success, it seems brighter and more clear than ever.
Cool. So I'm gonna sit in the pilot, not the driver's seat, but the one next to it.
Co-pilot.
Co-pilot seat, and I give a +2 to anyone piloting the shuttle.
No worries. So that is what Echo is doing. That is what Gibbs is doing. Bubbles, what are you doing?
I don't really have much I can do. I think I'm just gonna get in the ship.
Okay. You start running and you get aboard the shuttle. Shade,
But
what
your
are you
legs
doing?
are asleep, and
Yeah.
it's like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pilot us as close as feasibly possible
piloting
within
check.
the director, and then get into the shuttle to fly that
Sure,
out.
make a
and
piloting
set
check.
the director onto autopilot.
I'm not a disciple of grandmother.
I feel like I might want to use my reroll.
This would maybe be a good place for it because this is a really important
Feels
piloting
like
check.
yeah, I'm gonna use my reroll on that. That's not a good
Okay,
one.
both you and
Well,
Bubbles are
both
going to
of
be
you use
out
your
of
reroll.
rerolls.
I have a
That's
feat I should
that
use
was
for my
worth
actual
it
roll,
though.
too.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
Because
you-
like
you
if
roll
we
two
don't
extra
board,
dice.
we don't get anything. That makes it a 40.
It's good. You are able to just lean in, and the maneuvering itself not terribly hard. The weapons are tracking. The Vesk ship still powering back up after that drift jump. And so that isn't the hard part. The hard part is traveling over and doing so with enough time left to then get up and then run to the shuttle. And you are getting to the shuttle as like Echo is strapping in, powering the ship up. Like the shuttle itself already off the ground when you get aboard, but you still are you managed to do that. Spice, are you doing anything to help?
Yeah, but I don't really understand. So there's a part, so we have to pilot the ship and then run to somewhere?
So everybody's done something successfully to get ready. Right now, everybody is aboard the shuttle, and they are going to take the shuttle and fly aboard the prison barge. The director has been left on autopilot to kind of maintain a heading and stay safe while you
got,
guys
like,
are doing this, and then come
5-mile
pick you up
radius with it.
afterwards. You can see like a couple of people have done different things to try to improve the chances here. All you have to do is get aboard the shuttle.
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
I I guess I'm going to encourage the
Squeak a kiss for
director.
me.
Yeah.
Give Squeak
As
a
we
kiss
jump on
goodbye.
the ship, I'm gonna be like,
I didn't get to give him
"Director,
pets.
Stay safe, hon.
Okay, you say
Wish
that.
us good luck."
Make sure his free action.
His food is watered.
The director
job.
will say, I do not wish you luck, Spice. There is no room for failure. You will succeed.
Okay, I'm gonna take that as good.
The shuttle shuts and
All
Echo
right.
just kicks off. And
Thanks,
you
Yoda,
fly
you
out.
asshole.
Echo, can you make a piloting check?
Gladly.
It's the wrong context for that noise.
It's the sound of Gibbs next to you.
So it's a grand total of 28 with the ship's piloting.
Stop eating the peanut.
With a 28, and especially with help from Shade, making
Oh,
a...
sorry. Dirty 30.
That's why I was making weird noises over there. It's helping you concentrate.
It does help. It actually helps a significant amount. The difference that you have between a 28 and a 30 is a difference between kind of slamming into the airlock and the difference between landing very gently into the airlock and not making any audible noise on the inside. Markedly important. So you kind of gently pull across. It takes you 10 seconds to get across. It takes you 1 second to do everything aboard the ship proper. You make it right as you feel the Vesk shields expand around you, and you are all within them. You are now locked into the airlock, and are you trying to do the airlock that is labeled on the map?
Yes.
The one that says MT5 enter here.
I did it.
Did we decide on the
No,
one by
take
the
it.
special cargo or by the
The one with the arrow pointing to it.
By the lounge, right?
There's an
Between The
arrow.
lounge and the class.
The special cargo we
Yeah.
said was not actually viable.
Yeah. It's just that area.
Yeah, the one that's labeled
it's an
MT5
area.
enter here.
That's not an airlock, it's storage near special cargo.
So you are connected to an airlock. The airlock itself opens up into a hallway. You can see from the blueprints, off and to the right of the airlock, there should be a lounge. Directly in front of you should be the robotics bays and the various things that are there. You are connected, and you can see the airlock door is right in front of you. Yes.
I need a chance to cast 3 spells.
Oh, nice.
So 12 seconds.
12 seconds.
It takes you 6 seconds to get aboard the ship. You have 6 seconds between when you leave the directive 0 and when you enter into the ship.
I think I have to be I have to. You have to consider me part of the ship.
So once you're
So
on
you have
the
to
ship,
actually be in the airlock
Are you gonna
to
do
start
normal
casting.
Probably.
Yeah.
So, not yet.
Yeah. So you sit there, you're ready to cast, Who's opening the airlock door?
Oh, can I grant a hurry? I'll give it to Shade.
Okay.
So you get an extra move action for whatever you.
mag
If we
boots,
run into Shade.
mag to the wall,
Okay.
and then check for countermeasures. Does it just
Make a computer's
what's
check.
the
Helmet on, suit on, just in case some reason there's no oxygen in this lounge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably will be.
43?
43. With a 43, there is in fact a countermeasure, and you actually got not too close to setting it off. So in this moment, as you are raiding a military installation, you get the sense that there is a shock grid. It is not just connected to the floor, the walls, and the ceiling. It would probably fill the air of this airlock, and then just kind of shock through there. But no problem. You bypass it. You vent out the oxygen. You open it up, and so even if it does kind of spark, there is no medium for it to travel through. All 5 of you are able to enter the airlock.
Before they leave, Echo wants to ensure that the ship is locked on and with minimal systems running to basically keep it ready to
Make it seem
separate.
like we aren't necessarily coming from this airlock.
Do the
Make a
keep-
computer's check.
keep on.
I believe in you.
no whammies.
I always
I can never tell.
Sometimes whammies. but
I'm switching from
only
the ship
on
to
days
Echo,
that
so
end
hold on.
with
1
Y.
second.
No
It's an
worries.
18 on the die, so it's gonna be good. It's just a matter of what my-
How good?
yeah. Okay. That's gonna be a 39.
Okay.
Unless I can use the shuttles.
No. But it's okay. A 39 is more than high enough. 28 was the high target
So
DC.
cortex to assist. Is that a computer's check?
Sure. Go ahead and make another computer's check.
Don't you fuck me.
No, I mean it's about the same. It's a 35.
Okay. With a 35, you're still fine. You do feel your progress halted somewhat from behind as you attempt to kind of breach through, but no problem. You recognize that as you were doing this, as you connected to the airlock, that seal probably alerts a system somewhere out, and so you short the system. You don't allow it to send out that signal. That means that like whatever cool little like entry music would normally play, if there is some kind of like leg height barrier, that will not descend in the normal way that it would, but you absolutely have made it quieter for you to enter in here. Yes.
First spell.
First spell.
Pulls out the bottle, and then on her lap has a very crumpled version of the map we have.
Sure.
And it looks just like letting tears fall from her place. But as she thinks about the person, and the first one is going to be Miles,
Okay.
the spell hopefully the tears will land on the coordinate that Miles is at.
Okay. So this is no coordinate?
Yes.
Okay.
If it is possible, could you mark it on the map if that is possible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Gibbs gets like precise.
I get actual, like,
Give me 1 second.
Better than using my own DNA as the absolute compass.
Gibbs, make a mysticism check.
sure. Wait.
And then make an insight check, sense motive check.
Okay, so the mysticism check is 30.
Okay.
And then the sense motive check is, sorry, I don't know why I flipped my sheet over. 19 plus 18 is
Okay.
41.
I was gonna watch.
Is that not?
In this moment, I don't think so, but in this moment, because that would be like 20 plus 21. In this moment, as you are thinking about the spell fails. But it doesn't fail because you're not close enough. It fails, you get the sense, because this person is on a different plane of existence. And as you think about this, you recognize something that would be able to keep mystics severed from other things, something that would be able to keep things in isolation, might have to be almost like a demi-planar kind of cell. And you get the sense that the isolation chambers that the Vesk use, not just isolating in terms of like they're in their own private room, their own private bed, they're in their own private pocket dimension.
So
Gibbs mumbles all of this really quietly.
But with that,
Yeah.
you get the sense that Miles could only be. Where are my beds?
Cool.
Somewhere in cell block black.
There's no reason.
So then Gibbs, instead of letting the spell, like, let her tears fall, she just sort of wipes her cheek and marks it herself.
Okay. With the tears, you kind of mark it. Somebody else follows up with a pen because that dries. But you absolutely have this marked off.
It's grimy tears.
Yeah, sure.
They dry gross.
That's fair. That's fair. There's like little like worms and
Yeah.
things in them. No problem. You mark that on the map.
For some animals, the tear.
Second spell?
Yep, 6 seconds passes as this whole thing happens, and the next
Edit
one is
the
899.
Okay. So you cast this on 899.
Same idea. Yeah.
No check required for 899. As you cast the spell on 899. Is located right there.
Nice. And then third spell is Hoagie.
Okay. You cast a spell on Hoagie, and it fails.
Damn it!
And with your check, you don't think it's because they're held in isolation. Hoagie doesn't have any kind of magical powers that you're aware of. Hoagie is not somebody that... Make a sense motive check.
Nice. 19 plus 15 is 24.
Gibbs, time is a factor. And the longer that
34.
people have been in captivity, the higher the chance is that some mishap might befall them, that some anger amongst the Vesk might have taken hold. And you get the sense that Hoagie is probably not on this ship and probably not in this plane of existence or any other for that matter.
Shit. And the whole paper gets real soggy.
No problem.
Yeah, everybody
Immediately.
grabs, gives,
And right at this point, you open the airlock. You can kind of make your way out. Echo, with your check and your ability, the airlock actually just opens
Shared.
very quietly. You are able to stabilize it so there is no immediate venting, but you can hear as the door opens alarms going off. Everybody is kind of... Oh, and actually, who speaks Vesk?
I do.
Hey.
Oh, wow, okay. Almost everybody speaks Vesk all of a sudden. So, all of a sudden, you guys having, over the course of your drift travels, been taking some, like, Duolingo classes, I guess? You know
I'm
Vesk
supposed to
now.
have known 7 languages.
And you can just hear intruder alert, battle stations. There is no directive, and you don't have anybody like running and rushing this mob, but you can hear bootsteps as they hit. You hear the sounds of some kind of mechanical being activating. But absolutely, you are aboard the Vesk ship, and straight in front of you as the airlock door opens, you can see just like this long and empty hallway. Off to your right, you can see the edge of the robotics center. You can see the door is currently shut, but they're made out of glass, and so you can see within. There are these huge kind of mechanical creatures. Would a very simple visual perspective be helpful?
Yay!
Simple but large.
Oh, simple but large. But large.
I'm gonna keep this map. That's important.
Yeah. And you guys both knew I was doing that, right? And so you
Yes.
knew. I know.
I was specifically watching.
Yeah. So that information is shared. Do with it as you please.
Between muffled sobs. Miles.
899.
Maybe we'll find like, I don't know, something to remember Hoagie by.
Don't worry.
Half eaten something.
I got
Like a
this.
hoagie.
Like a
No, I think he's
I bet
a submarine guy.
Up there. That's everybody there. So,
Right.
you are all entering into this airlock right here.
guys, where's
Those
us?
aren't really Bullets.
Right here.
They're not.
Because that would be... Well, actually, I regret saying that because they're probably worse.
So you all are like right there. You can see the hallway goes straight out here.
Oh, this is us?
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh, okay.
This is the airlock proper.
Oh, this finally showed up the key.
You can kind of walk out, and this is actually one-to-one with the actual map. So you can see, presumably, off and to your right, there is likely... Just pulling my own notes here. Some kind of a... oh, whoops. The lounge is actually one over, and I put all of the lounge in the bathroom. But the bathroom is just off to where the lounge is. The bathroom, which is what all those garbage cans are, those are symbolic of the toilets. I don't have enough toilets, as it turns out. The one over from that. So actually, everything just slides down one. The toilets are one over. The next room over
this
is
guy
a
move?
hollow lab. Yes, he moves as well. He was on his way to the bathroom. When you gotta go, you know.
Oh, wait,
The
no,
room that
that's-
the hollow
Yeah,
lab
that
was
stays
set
there.
up in
That goes in the corner.
is just an office. And you can leave the white desk. You can leave the white desk in the other room.
No.
That's just an office. You can see the opposite the office. There is that like airlock. So both of those orange little orange topped containers are the kind of control module for their appropriate airlocks. And then there's an airlock all the way opposite them on the opposite side of the wall. You can see the center is the robotics lab. And from what you can see, Shade and Echo, you can see there are two very large robotic, what look almost like these kind of lizard things. Each one looks to be about 12 feet long. They are both currently inactive. You can see past them, there is a towering 18-foot tall, what looks like almost like a Vesk Gundam. This thing is massive. It is currently powered down, and you can see currently unfinished. It looks as if it is being like built in this moment. But because it's 9:30 and a great place to stop, as you are all beginning to board, and you have made it aboard at the moment unnoticed, though you imagine that will rapidly change, this is where we're going to end for the evening. But you survived space combat with a prison barge and a bomber. You have safely made it aboard, and you are well on your way to perhaps rescuing some friends. Thank you for joining us for this session of Mosaic Team 5. We will be back next week, but if you cannot wait that long, please check us out on YouTube, and tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be playing a little D&D. But please stay safe. It is crazy out there. We'll see you next week.
See you, Space Boyfriend.